Yeah. Let me remove this out of here. Oops. Wrong one. There we go. All right, it's been a while. Cut me some slack. It's been a while. What's up, everybody? Jamming out all badass. Of course, that was Disma from the new EP, EARTHENDIUM. That song is Imprecation of Diabolical Scourge. So it's fucking heavy. One of my favorite new releases, easily. I don't do like top 20 lists and all that bullshit, right? But it's definitely one of my favorite things this year. There's actually quite a few things that I've enjoyed this year that have come out recently. The new Disma being one of them. The new Crucifier EP is damn good. New Bloodstorm is damn good too. So you guys need to, if you're watching this or listening to this live or on the replay, you should probably go get those. I don't really recommend shit or whatever, but I really dig them. So it's cool to they have new shit out. So yeah, like I said, I haven't been doing these too much often, but I just figured I'd have Bill on and talk about the new recording and see what else they got coming up. So I'm not going to waste any more of your fucking time by just rambling on. Tell everybody to come hang out, check out the show. And all right, let me bring the man on himself, Mr. Disma himself, Bill Venner. What's up, Bill?
What's up? What's going on, man?
Same old shit, dealing with Frasier and but yeah, man, those I mentioned, I don't know if you've checked out the new Crucifier or new Bloodstorm stuff.
Oh yeah, no, I have. Kaz sent me one because I sent him a RCD and I got it the other day and I was listening to it. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
I'm waiting to meet up with Chris. Chris is supposed to come up this way from Bloodstorm. We're gonna exchange CDs because.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I've been telling. I heard it for a while ago because Jimmy's on it. So when I was down there with Jimmy and we were recording, we were listening to some of the tracks then.
Oh yeah.
Like
He's on
it.
It.
So I was like, yeah, like really old school style, black and thrash, like good stuff. Not like the trendy crap you hear today. It's like
yeah. No, Chris has been doing it a while.
Legit stuff.
Yeah, totally, man. And I know he's really proud of it. So that's cool. I talked to him yesterday. I'll probably have him on soon to talk about the new album or whatever. See if maybe you can get Jim to come on, but I doubt it.
Yeah, right. Yeah. There's certain people just don't want to do this.
Yeah, that's
really get Craig on. They're like, no, I don't want to do it.
Yeah, no.
Maybe the drummer will come on later. I sent them the link, so.
Yeah, that'd be cool, man. That'd be cool to have him on.
I'll try to come on.
But yeah, so the new EP, currently it's only out on CD, right?
Yeah, it's only out on CD.
No Necro Harmonic.
Yeah, through Necro Harmonic, and right now it's available through us on our website through Roy. Also, we have some distributors that we've been sending out to. Roy's been sending to Australia.
Cool.
Some people in Europe, friends of mine in Europe, because shipping is just crazy, and it's even getting worse now. So it's like, even like I sent my friend Frank from Germany, I sent him a CD, and basically after the shipping and what they tried to charge him in VAT fees, it would have been like a $35 CD. I'm like, are you kidding me? So he went, but he actually went to the postal service in Germany and said, why was I charged $10 to receive a gift? CD?
Wow.
And they gave him his money back, but it's like, if nobody does their, goes and does that, they're going to eat it and be like, oh, wow, I just got a 3-song CD for $35. It's like, I don't want that to happen to anybody.
Yeah.
It doesn't even matter what you put on the slip. If it's a gift, value $1, they don't care. They know it's like, oh, they're just saying that. It's not a gift. We're going to charge. This is a CD. Oh, it's $10. So,
wow.
There's no way around it. It's like.
Yeah. That's why it's good to, for the label to, or things I've done is like, well, there'll be like a European label or a South American label. Say, hey, can I release it in this area? That way, people can get it, or the label can get stuff out to the to people overseas and shit. Because yeah, postage just went up again.
Yeah, it's like constantly going up. And it used to be like a pretty flat rate, like throughout Europe and South America. Now it's like from country to country. It's like it varies a few dollars. So it's like,
that's wild.
It's like we're going backwards.
Yeah. I remember when I was like put 7 inches out, I would sell like, this is like, 90s or whatever. It'd be like, $5 to send a 7-inch to like Germany or whatever. Now it's like, you said they're charging you $10 just to receive one now.
Yeah, it's like $15 to $16. And then, he got slapped with a $10 VAT fee because that's all new now with the sharing of merchandise.
Yeah. What's up, Oscar?
What's up, brother?
Tyler said he just got this EARTHENDIUM in the mail today. What'd you think? Did you jam it out yet? I mean, it's been on YouTube on the Disma channel for a while now, for a couple of weeks, I think.
Yeah, about a month or so, right?
Yeah. It's been on there a while. So, but yeah, definitely buy the copy. You can get it from, see there, dismaband.com. And or get it from the band. You can get it from the label, from Necro Harmonic. But
and there's various. There's a couple guys in Texas are going to have them. There's a couple guys upstate New York. You Google it and you'll see who comes up with it. They'll be advertising. But
what's up, Tim?
What's up?
See, he's listened to it several times.
He wants to tour with Burt Backer.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Burt Backer at Disma tour. Oh yeah, I'm his manager. I forgot. He said he's I haven't seen a. I guess the check's like lost in the mail, or something. I don't know.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah.
But it's fucking. So let's talk a little bit about the EP. Are those songs that you've had written for a while, or like did you just write them all like kind of recently and put them together?
The first song that you played, that was kind of an old song that we had. Yeah. Back with the old original lineup that was on the album. We were writing other songs. We were trying to, get another album ready. Just playing around with riffs and everything. So we had a skeleton of that song basically. But so that song, once we got together with the lineup now, we brought it back in, updated it, changed it, added parts to it. So kind of gave it a refresh. Just kept playing it until we were satisfied with it. And the second song was probably the newest song, like the newest riffs, more current, that we wrote as a band, more input from Randy, the bass player, and Craig and Chris. And then the last song, the title track, is part of that was an older song too. Goes back a few years, a couple of the riffs I had and another song we were using. So nothing ever happened with that song. So I ripped that apart and we kind of just put it together with new parts and kind of made that a whole new song and added that ending. Me and Craig came up with the ending on that. And so we got, an old song, a new song, and a mixture of both between the three songs. So I would say the material spans like 6-7 years at least.
Wow.
Some of it,
Yeah. We keep saying 3 songs, but it's like, 20 minutes?
It's almost as long as Rain and Blood.
yeah, exactly. Exactly. So it's, but yeah, dude, obviously well, not obviously, but I had heard like one of the tracks early on and,
right.
As soon, it just sounds, it sounds great. But before we get into the recording, a little more on the writing. Are you the like principal like riff writer? How does a Disma song kind of come together normally?
I guess it's mostly me. We always say it's the band because nothing ever happens until the band gets together. So I don't like try to take all the credit. But since I'm the main guitar player, Craig, now is playing guitar. Yeah. We don't really get together aside from every time we practice. So it's not like I go to his house or he comes to my house. We all work. So I'm usually home. I'll write a bunch of riffs, record them on my phone. When I go to practice, we'll jam them out. And Craig will be like, oh, Randy, I have this riff too. Let's add those two together or do it this way. And you know, we'll throw ideas back and forth. We'll record it, and then, you know, put it to the side. We'll add a couple other parts, and then mostly if we could remember it without having to look at the phone and, oh, what was that riff? You know, we like it because you know, you're remembering it. It's memorable.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so I would say, yeah, mostly, you know, I'm writing. I guess leading the charge. I guess I'm the Steve Harris of the band, so to speak. So, you know, just by default, you know, just because I'm the most active at home writing, you know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's always somebody in each band that is kind of like the
You gotta
driver. You're the kind of guy that's driving the.
I mean, yeah, you kind of have to, otherwise you'll have a mishmash of all kind of different music and, you know, like different tracks, you know, like that don't belong together. So I try to be aware of like what we've written before, and you know, I try to make it different, compose these songs different than the other songs while trying to keep the same formula. You know, I try to be mindful of that because, you know, some of the other guys don't think that deep into it.
Yeah.
But, you know, I'm trying to, you know, make, you know, quality over quantity. That's what we don't.
Yeah, each song stand out from the other, right?
Right. Yeah, I don't like you know, some bands can get away with playing the same drum beat through the whole album. It works.
Yeah.
I don't know how to do that and make it good. You know what I mean? I don't have that finesse to say, yeah, just keep doing that beat. You know, like Dr. Shrinker, like that one demo.
Well,
drum beat. It's like it works for every song. It's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, it's just like.
But well, since you mentioned the drumming on the new EP, I like. Well, first of all, I like the way the whole recording sounds. But as far as the drums themselves, the drummer does things on there that are kind of unexpected. Like, you know, you hear a riff coming, like you're expecting like some kind of beat like this, but then he just kind of does that beat to the riff, and it's like, oh, okay, this is cool. You know, this is you know, you could tell you're like trying to, you know, write something that doesn't sound like somebody would expect. I mean, it's still heavy as fuck, but
yeah, I that's another thing we try to like make it different, like it don't not sound stock, so to say, or like something else.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, we'll work it. You know, we don't want to go too weird. You know, we don't want to be too jazzy or, you know, rocky, or some people call us bouncy. I don't know.
Oh no, bouncy. You know what word I hate? I hate the word groove. I hate the word groove.
Groovy death metal. It's like, or even like, oh, you know, the melody that we write. It's like, no, that's just old school death metal. You know, like those.
Oh yeah,
it's not melody. It's not like.
Yeah,
you know, the terms get lost in translation, I think.
Yeah, you guys aren't singing like fucking like.
We're not
like 3-part harmonies and shit like that. You know?
Clean vocals and nothing like that.
Yeah, exactly. It's just you write what you like, and kind of, you know, what
it kind of just comes naturally. It's like, I don't, you know, I can't not write this kind of music. It's like that's all I know, like how to write. You know, it's like it comes naturally. You know,
No, yeah, I agree, because there's some people that try to write. Okay, I'm trying to write a song that sounds like this, and you just write what sounds good to you, or what, you know.
I try to be mindful.
There's a big difference.
Yeah, because I try to be mindful not to steal someone's riff and copy it. Like, oh, no one will notice.
Yeah, exactly.
I have some favorite riffs I wish I wrote, and I'm like, you know,
of course,
I can't do that. I'm not a scumbag like that, you know. But I'll try to write something similar, you know, like in the same mindset, like, but have totally different drums, you know. So it's
exactly.
It's not stealing it. It's just your inspiration. You know, there's some people that just take parts and just, you know, I've heard bands already. Like I don't realize how long we've been around, but it's been over like almost 10 years with the album. And it's like, I hear our riffs in other bands.
Oh man, yeah.
You know, and it's like we're an influence. I can't, you know, like my other guys are like, oh, that sucks. They're ripping us off. I'm like, yeah, but you know, they're influenced by it. You know, it's like,
yeah,
you know,
they could be writing shit music. You know.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is kind of cool to, you know, like you say, you've been around 10 years and people are already, you know, but you guys, obviously the band has been around only 10 years, but everybody in the band is, kind of been around the block a few times, so you're not all like 24-year-old kids just like starting a new band. You guys have a, you guys have done some shit,
just veterans of the local scene. Like everybody's friends. We've all like known each other for years, going to shows, going to see other bands they were in. So it's like we all kind of know each other,
Right.
So it's a more relaxed, jam when we jam out. It's more relaxed. It's not like anybody's like nervous to be with somebody jamming,
Yeah.
But
well, since it was put out on Necro Harmonic, let's bring on Mr. Necro Harmonic himself. He's going to join us
here.
Talk a little bit about the release and things he's got coming up. And where's he at? There he is. What's up, dude?
Yo, what up? You hear me all right?
Yeah, it sounds good, man.
Cool. What's up, Bill?
Downstairs printing shirts?
I'm in the lair. You see the interment screens in the background there?
Yeah, I see some screens back there. So what's up, dude? I haven't talked to you in a while.
Yeah, man. Fucking Disma Kills. Fucking third release with them, actually, on Necro Harmonic.
Yeah.
Started with these. This was the first release for Necro Harmonic.
The All-American edition. Red, white, and blue.
Red, white, and blue.
Oh, yeah. Clear.
Released on the 4th of July.
Released on the 4th of July.
Yeah, released on the 4th of July. And then we put out this.
Oh, yeah, the demo discography thing or whatever, right?
Demo,
Yeah.
7 inches.
Yeah, man.
EP.
So, and now the new shit.
So,
Everyone else is scared to fuck with Disma, but Necro Harmonic's not.
Yeah,
I mean, we were just talking about. I mean, the new EP's like just ridiculously heavy, but it's like it's not just heavy for the sake of heavy. It's got fucking riffs all over it. And obviously, Craig's vocals are unmistakable, right? How many clones are? Speaking of influences, how many fucking people has he influenced over the years?
Yeah.
So so CD's the only thing out right now, right, Roy?
Yeah, right at this time the CD's out, and then everyone wants a cassette, so there's going to be a cassette coming out and a vinyl version coming out. So we're working behind the shadows and that, you know what I mean? I mean, I could show you something later if you want, or Bill maybe could. And
well,
then,
I sent them.
I got this thing. Yeah. I got this thing here. Let me pull it up real quick. Where is it at? Here we go. You're talking about this thing?
That's right. So you got the cassette and the vinyls are going to come out in the future. Just not huge on the pre-order thing. So maybe if it is in that situation, then it'll be like almost in hand. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but that look. So these are the color variations that you're going to be working with.
Yeah,
that looks fucking cool, dude.
Well, I like vinyl that looks like it goes with the cover.
And that's what I was just about to say. It fits that cover like perfect.
It's not fucking red and purple vinyl.
yeah.
Starburst, fucking shoes.
Yeah. Well, cassette is the cassette coming out next, or how?
Yeah, the cassette's going to come out next. So obviously, with vinyl pressing nowadays, it takes a super long time.
Yeah. Any timeline on the cassette?
Within the next month or so,
Oh, wow.
But, depending on like the cassette factory too, because
even
those places have a little bit of a little lag on them.
Yeah, but everybody needs to go ahead and get the CD while it's out now, and because it's fucking like I said, it's 3 songs, but it's 20 fucking minutes.
Buy it all.
Yeah, buy it all, man. Support. So let's talk about the artwork a little bit.
Fred Schaus is watching.
Yeah, Schaus Fred. Let's talk about the artwork. I had the artist's name written down, but I can't find it.
Larson. Oh, he's the guy that did our album, a couple of our EPs. Swedish artist. He's been in the underground for a while. Like more recent with us, we kind of brought him back to the surface. But back in the day, you know, he was doing like the traumatic drawings for that band from Sweden and
Yeah.
other things. So, you know, just well, this cover was like in the making for a while because when I started talking with him, this was going to be like the next album cover.
Oh, okay.
So I had like ideas with other lyrics and other you know, like visions I had for the next cover, which would have been like a 3-panel, like the megalith, like a big scene. But you know, with the Ola, you know, he had like his career took off. You know, he was getting movie deals, doing cartoons for children books, and like all over the place, moving constantly. So his workstation with all our stuff on it was never with him for most of the time. So sporadically over years, like sending back and forth, changing the cover, like we'll do this, we got that, we'll do this. And then it almost came to the point like I don't know if he was going to be able to do it because he was just so busy, you know.
Yeah.
And then he finally got settled. He got his new job and he settled into a new location. He's like, I'm going to have my workstation. I have the work we've had. And so I gave him some new ideas, like, you know, kind of to theme towards more the EARTHENDIUM, which is like the megalith theme, but like, you know, this guy's like this pestilent warrior, like they're just destroying the earth. You know, they're battling. They want to just undo, you know, reality into nothing. So you can see he's like spreading poison. And,
yeah, man.
You know, it was just themes we were working with. You know, a bunch of ideas to lead towards the lyrics and change it from the album concept and make it a smaller art. You know, like a one photo that we could draw pieces from, as you could see. Like,
yeah,
will have the up close on the horse. You know, the lyrics have, you know, they're on the battle scene inside the CD.
yeah.
So basically,
so many extra layers to it, which makes
Yeah.
it better and deeper. Like, and then once you mix in the brutality of the music, I mean, you put it all together. Holy fuck!
Yeah, it's a fucking perfect package, right?
I mean, this is like one of the best releases I've heard in fucking years and years and years, dude. You know?
Hey, same here, dude. When I heard that, well, I remember I heard Bill let us hear those songs a few months back, and I'm like, wow, you know, this is unreal.
Thanks, guys.
Well, speaking of that, I mean, Jim, you guys recorded with Jim Rowe?
With Jim Rowe, yeah. And how this all came about was really we were writing all these songs for the next album. You know, we were gonna not rush to do anything.
Yeah.
And then Jim has his studio, and he's like, "Let me see. You know, I've been messing around with your album. I think I can get you close to what you have with your album. Why don't you just come here and jam out and then record?" So we just picked the 3 songs we were most done with.
Yeah.
And we went to record with Jim. We really didn't have any like plan to release anything. We just to go as friends because he lives right by where we jam. So he built the whole studio in his basement. So we're like, let's go down there and just jam out and see what we can do. So we recorded the 3 songs and it came out great. You know, we're like, wow, this
Totally.
For what it was, you know, we didn't spend much time on it at all. We went down there for like maybe 2-3 days, recorded it, and then Jim messed around with it, and then he's like, "This is what I got for you." So
is most of your stuff recorded live, Bill, on all the recordings?
Well, this one we recorded with me and Craig played the guitars with Chris playing drums, and we recorded that live together. So we didn't do any
to get drum tracks. You just do the
we didn't use scratch tracks. Like it was the recording we played to get the drum tracks was the recording we played, you know, for the recording, and then we did the bass and the vocals after.
So now the drums, I mean, obviously Jim Rowe, drum legend or whatever. The drums sound so good on this recording. It's like pounding. It's like
well, I was telling Joe, I really like the way the toms sound, and then the cymbal hits, like the breaks.
Yeah,
like just the way it cuts and the cymbal. I was like, wow, and that's just the way he's got it set up. You know, that's his kit. We just brought, a couple cymbals and a snare, but
we
actually used snare.
Jim's kit.
Yeah, we used Jim's kit because it's bolted to the ground.
Well, that's what I was gonna ask you. I don't know, because people are like, the first thing they ask, or it's like, how the fuck does Disma get such a fucking crushing sound? I don't know if you want to like give out any of your secrets or anything like that, but what do you use as far as gear for? You don't have to go too deep into it, but what do you use as far as amps and whatnot?
I like Marshall, PV, Ampeg bass amps. Just our pedals are old school. Like everyone's like, oh, nice HM2 sound on the new album. Like, we haven't used that pedal since the demo. On the demo, I used that HM2 pedal. So I use a DOD American Metal, an old 80s pedal, and Craig uses a Boss with he has a fuzz pedal that he uses. Randy has his Ampeg. He had a guy make a Disma pedal, so he had two pedals joined in that he uses into one pedal unit with our logo embossed on it.
What? Wow. Kick ass. You need to market those. People will be buying those like, I want to get that Disma fucking tune. I want to buy that pedal.
And then I don't know, just try to make the drums pounding. Like, I don't know. Like, I guess that's like a New York thing. Like I'm influenced by the Carnivore Retaliation album. Like, that was the first time I like looked at the drummer. I'm like, wow, listen to those fucking drums, those toms. Like boom, boom. Like, I want that in my band, like the pounding, like the Dave Lombardo. Like I could write riffs to that all day. So it's like I want that over like grinding speed constantly and like So we try to incorporate that. It's like a valley of up and down, fast, heavy, slow, crunchy, eerie. So it's like a formula. I don't know if I can explain.
No, you have your own sound. I mean, people can say HM2 or whatever, but no, I mean it's fucking.
I mean it's close to it because it has that. I like mid range. A lot of people scoop. Metal is scoop the mids out, all bass and treble, but I like the mids of my guitar. Like Craig, he'll scoop the mids on his guitar.
So do you guys
find that happy medium between the bass and the two guitars, so we're not all sounding the same, stepping on each other? That's a very important thing. You have the mids, I have the lows, you have the high and low, so it kind of like all works together in the end. Like one on it by itself, it doesn't sound good, but you put all three together, and that's where it all sounds like heavy.
You guys have like fast parts, but for the most part, of some of your songs are not really that fast.
No, I mean we were faster when we were, earlier with Sean, because Sean was a really good blaster. So him and Daryl like fast, like Craig and Randy. It's like they want slow, they want doom. He's like, fuck that blast beat, put a fucking doom beat. So it's like, I'm doomed too. Like I'm like death metal to me was like early Autopsy. That was like doom. That's my influence. So it's like, they don't have to, they get no argument from me. I'm like, all right, we'll make that a fucking doomy part instead.
Yeah.
You gotta
was talking to me about your recording, and they were it was Derek from Churchburn. He said it brings out a lot of the Abhorrence 7-inch kind of feel.
Try to, it's like that's the ultimate. Like I was, Francisco knows. He asked me what's the best guitar sound. I think I said the Abhorrence.
Oh yeah. The Abhorrence 7-inch. Now, do you guys? How many guitar tracks do you do? Just one each, like rhythm guitar tracks?
Well, for this recording, it was simple. Yeah, I did my parts, and then Craig did his part. So it's just one track each. So any harmonies I did, in my track. I think maybe a couple like overdubs on that, a couple harmonies, but for the most part, I was playing my part and Craig played his. So it's just those two separated,
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
for like the album, we would record the scratch tracks. Have overdubs, like a more worked out process. But this one was very streamlined, like one track. Like I said, we weren't really like trying to make it perfect. We were just recording quickly because he was like, come down and jam out for the weekend. So we didn't put much effort, so to speak, but it was like what we had already. So the songs were done. So it's like I said, oh, we can come back and do that. He's like, it sounds good without you having to overdub it. And I listened to it. I'm like, yeah, you're right. I don't have to come back and do it.
Yeah.
Fucking heavy, brother.
Dude, yeah, you don't. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You don't have to have, because it sounds like 8 guitars. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because sometimes if you add 2 guitars and then the harmony and then the bass on top, it's like it's too much.
Yeah, it's too much.
It's like just Craig and Randy with the backing notes, and I do the harmony or whatever. It's enough. I don't have to dub another rhythm track under it. It's already full, so to speak.
And now you got Craig on the guitar again.
Yeah,
which is cool. Because Craig hasn't really played guitar on anything. He was the singer.
Yeah, he was just singing for, people thought he played on The Gravest Remains, but he didn't. He just sang. He was going to, but it just didn't work out, But now he's full-time guitar.
He always had really good tones also, from the earliest, like, Putrefact days, and then the Incantation early days. Yeah. So he always had really fucking good tones too.
Yeah,
totally.
And always wants to play slow, like you said.
Slow, yeah.
Well, Disciples of Mockery was, wasn't fast either, So, reminder, the tape and vinyl version are coming, but there is a CD out now, the EARTHENDIUM CD that you need to get right fucking now.
Available at Walmart.com and Hits.com.
yeah. There you go. But yeah, you definitely fucking get it. And if you got a record store, like Sound Exchange, for example, tell them, go to your local record store and say, hey, can you guys get the new Disma here or whatever, and they'll fucking get it for you. And,
demand it.
Yeah, demand it. Say, I want the new fucking.
If people in Brazil and Peru are demanding it, then fucking Texas needs to demand it too.
Tyler got it directly from Necro Harmonic. There you go.
I just shipped to somebody in McAllen, Texas, 8 CDs for their distro.
Oh wow, nice. We had some people from McAllen here in the chat a while ago. Oh, yeah, this is good. I was going to ask. I'm glad Carl came in. Are the covers digital paintings, or are they? Did Ola actually do a?
Oh no, it's a digital, but it's hand. With the like a hand marker.
Yeah.
Like one of those tablets where you paint on. So it's digital painting. It's not with like a mouse, but it's not like a physical canvas. And
oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
it looks like it. It looks like
it does look like it. It does
look like, if you zoom in, like you could see, like it looks like brush strokes.
Well, yeah, that's what I was going to ask you. Do you have the I was going to ask if it was, because I assumed it was that. Do you have the original canvas artwork?
The painting.
Yeah.
I wish.
that'd be fucking cool, man. That'd be fucking cool.
Ola did old art too. He did this originally.
Yeah, that was the first artwork he did.
Yeah, let me put you in solo. I keep forgetting. I haven't done this in a while. Give me a second. Here we go. All right, there we go. Hell yeah.
Ola had done this release too.
Yeah, that's the manifestation one.
This is the manifestation 7-inch. Yeah.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
That was right after our demo. We did that with Roy.
Yeah, that's cool. There we go. Let me change. Oh, there we go. I don't want to be.
Yeah, man. I mean, I think all the progression, like especially on the cover of the Megalith, that's like one of the most epic death metal covers there is, right?
Yeah. Yeah, totally. I mean,
he far surpassed what we envisioned. Like we had some ideas. We thought it would be like a little death metal cover, and like he sent this whole fucking thing. We're like, holy shit.
Yeah.
I didn't realize how many people would be like into it. Like they even did like a little magazine, Chips and Beer. Like they interviewed Ola It had the
Oh, yeah?
the cover. It was all about him. He became like a 5th member, you know, like a 6th
Wow.
member of the band almost, like doing a little tour talking about, you know, his art that he did for us. And,
No 7-inch covers. They were like full-length gatefold double LP fucking covers.
The split with Winterwolf we did. That was a full, like, black and white still, but still like a 3-panel expanded 7-inch full of
Fuck
artwork.
yeah.
You know,
Jeffrey next wants to know if anybody can ship him a copy out tomorrow.
Yeah, we could do that.
Order it. Go to Disma.com or NecroHarmonic.com. Let's go.
Ship it out
from the band, bro.
I
Buy
can
a
ship it
shirt
out right now and put up.
Buy a shirt and a fucking CD from the band.
Oh yeah, you got shirts and stuff on the website, right, Bill?
Well, they're being made right now, so I'll have mock-ups of that soon.
Oh, of the
new album, yeah.
Oh wow, cool. There you go. So get a fucking shirt, get a tape when it comes out, get this
and then we'll
cool
probably
looking
make some
fucking vinyl when it comes out.
Hooded sweatshirts for the winter.
Hooded sweatshirts.
Hell yeah.
How about fleece sweatshirts, Venner, like back in the day?
Yeah. Free.
Oh shit.
Total fleece.
We'll make.
So are you guys? I mean, I think you've told me before you practice maybe once, twice a week or whatever. You guys obviously have new stuff that you're working on.
Yeah, we have like another probably 4 songs right now.
Oh shit, yeah. Fuck yeah. And that I guess your is the next plan. I know this is still just came out last month or whatever, but is the next release full length?
Yeah, we're gonna try to get a next full length. Yeah, absolutely. Because we've been trying to put out a full length for like 10 years. You know, we had it with the old lineup, and then the members left, couldn't work, so that set us back. We got another drummer, so we're like, all right, let's release these 2 songs. All right, now let's work on the album. That fell out. We got a new drummer. Like, all right, let's do these 3 songs. All right, now we're going to do the album until something else happens, and then we'll not do the album.
Frasier says, it's about damn time, Bill.
Frasier's one of those people that needs like a CD to be like 78
Frasier was
minutes
the first
long.
guy that reviewed it for real.
He was.
Oh yeah, his fucking YouTube video.
Yeah.
I mean, his Facebook.
You gotta send me your address, man. You wanted a signed copy. I gotta mail one to you.
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
You know what? Maybe we could do a live Frasier review.
Frasier really nailed it though.
He did a couple of them too.
Did he really?
Yeah.
He was like kind of like nailing like good points, you know. I was like, damn, this guy almost needs his own YouTube channel.
Let's not get carried away. Let's not get carried away.
Power Hour with Frasier.
You're prepping him up, though. You're prepping him up.
Yeah, no. He's the protege and shit. He's next in line.
But at least you got someone better like Carl, who's getting prepped up harder, you know, and he's making better videos. I'm sure.
Yeah, Carl's doing good, man.
Yeah.
I'm glad he's fucking doing that. And it's cool he's doing movies and stuff. So if any of you guys, I think both of you guys should do like a movie thing with him, and because those are fun to do. Those things are fun to do. So Carl, if you're still in the chat, hit up Bill and Roy about doing a movie episode.
Oh yeah, I'm good for Predator, Star Wars, Conan, Blood-Sucking Freaks.
About doing a movie, God! Oh, he did it again! He turned up. He has his fucking YouTube, his TV on.
The British have done it again.
The British have done it again.
At least he wasn't on the toilet.
Oh, here we go.
The British have done it again.
Oh my God! Jesus Christ! But so we'll get Frasier's. What the hell? Is somebody there with him?
Frasier has a friend.
Is there a woman in there?
Are you good? Are you good? We'll get Frasier's. What the hell? Somebody there with him? All right. You're done. Get out of here. Jesus Christ. Yeah.
Did I see what I just thought I saw?
I hope not. But anyway, so Frasier, just turn off your TV, dude. You can't watch yourself. Jesus Christ. You act like this is the first time you've been on. Yeah. All right. Carl said he'll get a hold of you guys about doing a movie episode.
Yeah, that Necrovore episode was killer, Carl.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was cool the way, he kind of like, there's like newer bands that are kind of following that Necrovore kind of style, so. And there was some I didn't know anything about. He told me about that Omega Vortex band that they're doing a split with, and they sound cool as shit. So,
said he was in a Necrovore practice.
Oh, yeah, it's ridiculous. Yeah.
It's hard. That's fucking
hard. Saw him live and saw him practice. Mm-hmm. Like, come on, man. All right, let's try it again.
Nobody gets to see that.
Well, he still got his cop uniform on.
Frasier, can you hear me?
Yes.
All right, turn that shit off.
I do. Turn it down. I'm at my friend's house.
Oh, hell. Yeah, I guess he does have friends.
Same ceiling fan.
Same ceiling fan.
No, I'm my friend's house. My friend Jeff.
Yeah, you got a cop uniform on, right?
No, I just came over here and hang out.
Wait, are you? He's a fucking he's a stripper and shit. He goes and dresses
No.
Pop and goes.
All right, Frasier, I'll give you 2 minutes to tell us what do you think about. Give us a review of the new Disma EP.
It's really good. It's really heavy. I mean, it reminds me of Old Incantation. First album. I can't pronounce this shit. Name of the album and stuff like that. Okay. And it's really heavy. Guitar's fucking guitar's ripping and shit. Drumming's fucking heavy as shit too. Make you rip out another asshole, man.
What? I mean, hey Roy, you need to put that on the hype sticker on the LP.
Yeah.
Make you rip out your not
make you
not
rip
your
out
asshole.
Another asshole.
Yeah, another asshole.
You get 2 assholes from this.
And the new Bloodstorm is good too, man.
The new Bloodstorm kicks ass too, man.
Hell yeah, man. The 2 homies I know kicking some ass, man.
Frasier, I said you were the first responder with the Disma.
Yeah,
like you were like the first. You were the first responder.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's really good, man. Shit. Okay, I'll ask you a question, Bill. The last EP y'all did, I know it's already on 7 inch.
Ah, too bad.
Uh-oh.
I'm kidding. Yeah, Frasier's sucking up. That's what Frasier's doing. He's trying to suck up. All right, go ahead, Fraser.
No, my friend wants to show you.
What? What is that?
Oh, it's too dark.
What is it? Just tell us what it is.
It's a Disma.
Oh, it's the Disma. Oh, it's that Necro Harmonic CD.
That's a Necro Harmonic.
No, not the one, not the new one.
Yeah, it's the Necro Harmonic CD. Roy put that out.
I put out that one also.
Yeah.
It's not the new one, but yeah, that's the compilation of the demos, the 7-inch, and the live on the radio show.
It's the only one I've had. I've been trying to get y'all's other shit forever, man. It's been a pain in the ass. So I finally got that shit from Brazil. I'm waiting on it to get here.
Oh yeah, they put the megalith.
Get it directly from.
What's
from
the megalith? I noticed the megalith's track listing today, Bill, and they said that the end song it said something like a mega.
It's the track from the split with Winterwolf.
Okay.
It's that track on the as a bonus track.
A bonus track on there?
Yeah.
Roy.
Cool.
Roy, keep that shit coming, man. You make awesome packages, man. That Incantation, the Mortician.
Thank you, man. Thank you. Appreciate it.
I hope you keep doing more stuff, man, because I'll buy the shit out of it.
Yeah. I got more stuff. I got a lot of additional releases coming out. But the Disma is all where it's at right now. Anyone who didn't hear it, I mean, if they're on here, they probably heard it though. But yeah, man. I mean, I was super excited. Like I said, when I first heard the recording, I was like, "Holy fuck, dude!"
Yeah, dude.
Like, listen to those fucking vocals and listen to those slow parts.
That Phlegm came out. I snatched that up, dude. I was like, I always wanted to hear them, and I never had.
Yeah.
I'd seen their names in like thanks lists of like Incantation Records and Mortician would mention them and all that. So when that came out, I fucking snagged that shit.
Fuck yeah, brother.
Okay, I was asking Bill something. Why y'all didn't put those songs on that EP too?
Which ones?
The last EP.
Remains track, so the ones I keep asking for.
What, the ones from the 7 inches? You mean?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Frasier doesn't collect vinyl. So.
Yeah, we'll like circle back and do like a all encompassing like all the tracks on one.
Yeah, because I'm like, I've been trying to find that Graveless Remains thing, but it's kind of expensive and it's vinyl only. So it's like,
with vinyl only, and so
that one had Smilowski on drums, right?
Yeah, that was Craig Smilowski on drums.
Damn.
I have a guy. I'm gonna put it on cassette in Europe. Seed of Doom. He's gonna put it out on
cool as
cassette.
that either, man. I'm a completist, man.
He's a completist. Me and my friend, man.
All right, Frasier, thanks for hanging out, dude.
I got the demo vinyl right here. Look at that.
Keep watching the show.
I'm a completist too.
Later. All right, get him out of here. He's gonna bring his fucking whole family on with him.
They're laying in beds always.
Yeah. No, yeah, but yeah, dude, he kept ever since the CD came out. He's like, dude, you got to get fucking Bill on the show, man. I want to ask him some questions. I'm like, all right, Fraser, we'll make it fucking happen.
But he didn't ask any questions. He asked about other releases.
yeah. Well, that's yeah. He wants the like the 7-inch tracks like on CD and shit.
Yeah,
like
he
that,
wants the Graveless Remains. A lot of people want the Graveless Remains on CD.
Yeah,
but maybe we'll down the road we'll put those tracks with this stuff and.
Yeah, there's a split with Convulse and all that stuff too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's plenty of.
You guys toured with Convulse, correct?
Yeah, we went to Europe with Convulse. 2013.
20 what?
2013.
Oh yeah, you did the European shows. That fucking what's that fest?
Wolf Throne Fest in Paris.
Yeah.
Demigod, Archgoat, Intermit.
Damn.
It was like 2-day fest. A whole shitload of good bands.
Yeah, fucking you just named off some pretty goddamn good bands.
Yeah,
that was a good lineup.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Well, are you guys I know you played like, I don't know, it's been a while now, but I guess that's not really anything you're
we were going to play the Destroying Texas Fest that just passed.
Oh, really?
We were going to play, yeah. He asked me, but the guys couldn't do it. I was all psyched to come down.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, we were going to do it. And then the guys two of them had to work that weekend. They couldn't really get off.
Well, I was sick as shit, so.
I know. Did you go?
No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I was sick as shit.
Oh,
hey, we got somebody else joining us. So let's
Craig
say hello.
Smilowski.
No. It's Ola Larson. No, kidding.
There we go.
There he is. Can you hear us?
Guys? Yeah, I can hear you. You hear me?
Cool. Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us.
Dude?
We've been obviously you know Bill and Roy. I'm Francisco, so appreciate you coming on, and we've been talking about the new EP and how it's heavy as fuck, and I guess can you give us some thoughts on the EP, what you think, how it turned out, and the recording process and all that shit?
Yeah, I mean it was pretty easy, honestly. But we recorded, practiced it, once we knew what to do. We recorded with Jim, but came out heavy. I mean, there's more we're working on now. It's going to even better. So,
we talked a little bit about recording with Jim and, how he fucking, I guess you guys kind of, it sounded like he recorded it and you let him handle like the mixing and everything, or did you guys kind of help him out with that?
Yeah, I mean we Bill, those guys especially, they have a sound, I'm just playing drums, but yeah, Jim did it, but Bill and Craig, they had a lot of input on that as well.
Yeah, like I always pushed for like louder drums, more bass than normal, You know, because most, even like Jim, like, you know, they're more traditional, you know, with his band and bands he's been in. It's like everything's kind of level. We're a little more like more bass. Like the bass is like as loud as the guitars, if not louder.
Right.
You know? And I want like, I don't want just a snare going bang, bang, bang. I want like a rude sounding snare that's like nasty, you know? So it's like, I always push for those over anything, you know?
Yeah, he was pushing more drum sounds than me, honestly.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the drums sound fucking just massive on the recording, man. He said you used Jim's kit.
Yeah, we used his kit. It was set up. I used his China too, actually. But his kit sounds really, really good. A Tama, what I don't play on, but it was locked in, so he was used to it. But his kit sounds really good, and there's no, you know, triggers or, you know, studio magic on the drums. What you hear is what you get. You know, it's live. You get that same sound. We were ready, you know, to record everything, so we got in there and we banged it out. We recorded like Friday and Saturday, but Friday we're just doing like sounds, and then we ran through the 3 songs and had like 3 good takes, and we're like, oh man, we can keep that. So then Saturday, Craig's like, nah, we did another take, and then, you know, but we banged through the songs, you know. If we weren't ready, we wouldn't go record. Like, you know, I don't know.
We did it over the weekend. Yeah, it was 2 days. It was just like,
yeah, like I said, what we play, what you hear is what we sound live, if not, you know, better.
No, yeah,
Chris, do you bring your own snare into the mix for this, or
for the recording?
For the recording, yeah.
For the recording, I did.
Okay.
So I used
what
everything.
kind of snare is that? Because this sounds fucking great.
You'd be surprised. It's a thin snare. It's not.
Oh, wow.
I don't want to tell you guys what I use, but it's not what you think, you know.
Well, yeah, I know. Because we were talking about earlier how the band has their fucking sound, and you know, you don't want fucking people just like, oh, I'm gonna do what fucking Chris is doing. I'm gonna get that same exact sound, and it's like, no, figure out your own fucking sound, you know.
Yeah,
so,
I mean,
it helps if you know how to play, you know.
Well, yeah,
I'm beat there too. You know, I'm winging.
Everybody's got a different hand, so like that snare will sound different between 10 people. They can make
That's true too.
So like some people are heavy hitters, some people are light, some people hit to the side. Even with the guitar, the way they play, like it all boils down to so many different things. So I could say the pedal I use, the amp I use, and all that. Like I can't even get the same sound as the album with my same shit. Like I can't get the exact.
Well,
same,
yeah, rooms and all that.
You know, it's like.
Yeah.
Do you guys think that people want the same album over and over again sometimes?
People are like, I want Megalith again. It's not as good as Megalith. I want Megalith.
Everybody says that.
You know, it's like, I mean, that just happens.
I think that happens with every band now. Like being in a band, do you feel like it's like, yeah, everyone says that. It's like, oh, I want this again. It's like, well, you can't have this same album again because it already had that magic to it.
Well, yeah, and even like with these songs, I feel they're very close to that because 2 of the tracks could have been on that album. You know, there's riffs that go back that far, but then people are like, oh, you are fucking lazy old men. We have the same shit all over the place because you know you'll get 100 good reviews. It's that one asshole that goes, "You're a lazy old fucks." You know, that sticks with you. You're like, you mother. That's right.
Well, 1 star.
Who cares?
1 star. It's like you lazy. You know,
I loved it. 1 star.
Yeah.
But
that was awesome.
You know, in a way, I'll take all criticism. I don't care. I don't expect everybody to like everything.
No, not at all.
You know, it's just people just hating on it. You know, anyway, but.
They like you enough. They like you enough to tell you that it.
Yeah,
you know,
it's always good to have negative criticism. If someone's always blowing smoke up your ass, you're gonna release garbage next time. I can get away with that same riff over and over. So,
well, getting back to the drums, I was telling Bill when we first started that what I like about the drums on this is you're playing stuff that's not like traditional, like things people would expect. Like there's a lot of those like kind of beats on riffs that you're like, all right, this I was expecting like a a different kind of beat. But so when you're adding the drums, are you the one that when you guys, I guess, are putting songs together, the drum patterns and everything, you write everything in the band, or is it like, hey, can you try this or whatever?
A little bit of both, but for the most part, Bill has a riff, you know, we just lay drums over it and then sometimes change it a little more, you know, to make it a little stronger. But yeah, for the most part, every now and then someone say, hey, how about, you know, try this, and I'm fine with that. I don't, anyone that wants to help, I'm all in, you know. I'm not ego, you know, like a lot of musicians I know actually.
Are you happy with the drum sound on it?
Oh yeah, I think the drums sound great on it. Jim did a really good job on it. And like I said, there wasn't much tweaking on his drums. His drums sounded good, so there wasn't a lot of
he has
whatever.
Set up like already, you know. It's been
battle tested.
Just, you know, just a little tweaked for us, you know.
Yeah.
But
yeah, it's a. I mean, I know, like, we know each other forever, you know, and it only makes sense. I'm doing a ton of bands, so, you know, these guys are right here, so we jam on Sunday. So we've been writing, and it was a little change for me too, you know, from playing all fast, but I've been playing slower stuff lately. But it also, you know, it gives me more new ideas. But it came out great.
Yeah.
I liked it.
Well, yeah, you were in a Bazagorath, right?
Still am, and I do another couple bands.
Yeah. I guess, you know, obviously those Disma and Bazagorath are on completely, well, not totally into the spectrum, but you know, Disma stuff.
We had members since the beginning.
Yeah, you had Daryl. Daryl was in Disma and a Bazagorath.
Oh yeah, Daryl was in a Bazagorath, wasn't he?
So we go back.
Let's clarify. We found Daryl to be in Bazagorath.
You found him?
Yeah, we put out an ad in East Coast Rocker and recruited 2 guitar players.
Oh,
Daryl was one.
Does that happen anymore? Do people put ads out and shit anymore?
Hell no, I don't think so. I don't have the time.
Well, at the laundromat by me, there was a kid put an ad out for a death metal band. I took a picture. I took a picture of it. I think I posted on Facebook. Some kid was looking.
Did you pull the little tag, Bill? And you're like, I'm following this.
I had to pull the tab. Yeah, he pulled all of them. I'm getting this fucking gig.
He was into fucking cattle decapitation, suffocation, and some other band. I was like, this is fucking hilarious.
But that's how it used to be. Even when a jam, you know, like Guitar Center, or it wasn't even, it was like Sam Ash or any store like that, you know. It was like East Coast Rocker, what was the other, Aquarian? Was it
Aquarian?
Yeah. What did they have for Texas and Houston? Did they have like a music newspaper in the 90s where bands met each other?
There was
which one was that?
There was Rivet Head, there was Public News. You would see a lot of them like in obviously, like, you know, music stores, guitar stores, record stores, you know, people looking for bands. And
did you join any bands through that, bro?
Never. No. See, I didn't grow up in Houston. I grew up here in a small town, and it was just two of us, you know, me and my buddy Ray, you know, the only ones that were really into anything. But no, I never joined a band like on an ad or anything, you know. But it's kind of weird, but it still happens now. But it's more like you see it like on Facebook groups or something like that. It's like, I'm looking to start a band. I'm a vocalist looking to start a band that sounds like this or whatever. So it's just online now. But yeah, it's no longer going and, like you said, pulling those fucking little tabs or whatever.
Well, it's funny, like the East Coast Rock and all that all went away. We got, like, now it's Stepping Out. Like, that's like the rag. And it's funny, I'm friends with the guy Dan, who's the editor, who used to be in that band Hades and Nonfiction, and he has like newer bands. And he contacted me because I sent him a CD. He's like, because he married my friend Gina I used to hang around with, and he's like, I love your CD, man, that music. He's like, I can't get into those fucking Cookie Monster vocals. Oh man, you guys got to get a melodic singer, man. You guys will be an awesome doom band. I'm like,
most of the projects I do, that's what everyone says. You know, your band's great, minus your singer.
Yeah, so he contacted me, and he's putting out an ad with the album. I did a little interview with him. So I think it's kind of funny because they don't do any shit with bands like that. Only like cover bands.
Do people really still say Cookie Monster vocals even nowadays? Wow.
Well, he's old, so that's how he knows it.
Oh, okay.
He was in Hades. So.
He was in Hades.
Like, yeah.
Goes back to the late 70s with him.
Yeah.
Frasier probably has Hades CDs.
Yeah, he definitely knows.
Yeah, he has all their CDs. He has, and all their solo projects.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, but that's the only like rag like magazine you could buy where there's still people that ask to jam out. But
rag, that's man. A lot of young kids will hear rag and like, what the fuck's he talking about? That's something else I haven't heard rag in fucking years. It's like, wow, you're taking me. We were like going way back.
Chris, what bands are you playing in currently? Because you play in another band I saw.
Blasphematory was a band I started with Joe that has been playing with the Baz. I'm playing in Mausoleum. Play live for Altar of Gore.
That was the one. Yeah.
Altar of Gore, and then those guys, we basically share members. They're in like 18 bands between the three of them. I'm in 2 of the 18 of those guys, but yeah, keep busy. Work.
Blasphematory. You guys just put out an album, right?
That's the second album we put out. We were messing around originally, just messing around doing something different besides black metal, and that's what we came up with, and just started self-releasing. There you go. And then Nuclear Winter in Greece released the first album. That's the first full length on the right, and that's the new one on the left. But yeah, and we got a cassette on that too through our local, our own label, basically NVNM. But yeah, that band's that was different but similar. So actually jamming with that helped me play more different style with Disma, because I started playing a little more death metal again. That's how I started playing originally, just old school death metal, thrash death metal, and then first wave black metal, and it got crazy grindcore when I was like 16.
Hell yeah, the fucking rules. Well, you know what, let me I actually listened to that new Blasphematory album, and it's fucking heavy as fuck. I what's his name has it on it. Greg has it on his YouTube channel. Greg Beal, he's like puts up like every fucking thing.
I know that. I know his name. Yes.
Yeah, he was the old original like Nunslaughter vocalist from way back.
The that he put up of the Crematory Exordium demo is the best fucking version I ever heard of it.
Yeah, dude, he
played with Nunslaughter a bunch of times.
Yeah, Nunslaughter.
Yeah, he was in Nunslaughter in like the first demo or some shit. So
yeah, exactly. He was like early on. All right, so if anybody has, this is Chris's band Blasphematory. Let's check out a little bit of the new album. I think you guys are gonna fucking dig this shit if you haven't heard it yet. yes. All right, we're back. Let me get everybody on here. Man, that takes me back to fucking early fucking East Coast fucking sound, man. Totally. That shit's fucking like just crushing.
Like disgrace.
Killer, bro.
Cool.
Yeah, there's some Finnish, those little, well, we don't call them melodies or anything, but you know. But those definitely are did have a Finnish vibe, but
we always
still
said Swedish, but then lately I could see Finnish too, and everyone says Finnish anyway. But
snare sound has that fucking disgrace, fucking
that recording style is opposite of Disma. You know, no, not completely. You know, it's less mics, but same thing. We record that live, scratch guitar, and so it's pretty much live. They just add in, but it was really, like I said, originally it was just messing around band, and then people liked it, and we kept it more old school, you know, even like the demo, like the old cassettes, like the hand drawn stuff. But people hear it, they're like, oh, it brings me back, you know, to the 90s or whatever. So mission accomplished, I guess.
No, it sounds fucking great. Is that where can people get that?
Nuclear Winter has it. Oscar's got some, I think, or he's getting some, right?
Rotter Records,
NVNM in New Jersey here. It's like I said, they're our kind of own label. We got some vinyls, I believe. I don't know what we have left, honestly.
Or you can go to Chris's house. I'll put his address out online.
Yeah.
I'll put his address in the description.
I can meet you at practice.
I'll be in Jersey this weekend.
I'll
see you.
Meet us at the Quick Check in Piscataway.
Yeah, that's right. I'll forget the vinyl for 4 weeks in a row.
Yeah. Have it melt in your back.
I'll get like a link to where people can get it, and I'll put it in the description. So that was Blasphematory. What's the name of the album again?
The Lower Catacombs.
Okay, there you go. Lower Catacombs, Blasphematory. That's it.
Nuclear
I heard
Winter
it.
Records is amazing too.
Nuclear Winter.
Nuclear Winter is the dude from Dead Congregation. You know, his label is pretty sick.
Yeah,
cool. Yeah, man. I recently came across that, like I said, through Greg's channel. Somebody had mentioned it. I forgot where, and I was like, let me check this shit out. And yeah, I totally dig it. It took me back to like I said, East Coast fucking early days of East Coast like death metal on some parts, especially the recording.
Isn't it weird that a lot of the early East Coast, early New York death metal all sounds a little Finnish style too?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you got that wrote all that stuff. You know, it's funny because he's like, I don't know, young 30s, you know, and he didn't even like get to hear all that stuff then, you know, and it's he loves that music, you know, all these guys I know, you know, it's like, so it's cool.
I mean, I think that came from like my introduction to that was like when I was in Cantation, and Immolation went to Europe and it played with like Unleashed and all them, and like they went over there on a demo. They went to Europe, and they came back with all these demos. And McAtee was like, "Here, take this Unleashed demo," and I'm like, "Holy fuck!" And that's that same sound.
This is awesome.
Demo sounds like the Blasphematory. It's like the same snare sound.
Yeah.
So it's like that's the shit we were into, right, Roy? We didn't care about any other death metal.
Our scene was like completely like obsessive with like Abhorrence and early Crematory demos and like Toxemia,
everything,
and like a Zysma, like that type of stuff.
Everything, but even like
Rochevore, Autopsy, you know.
Yeah,
who liked the nasty shit? Everybody liked Cannibal Corpse, you know. Like, that's where it started to separate. It was
we didn't listen to any of that stuff either.
Like, and we were like Mortician, Immolation, Swedish, Finnish,
or paying attention even to
same.
Paying attention even to like the European like thrash bands at the time, right, Venner? Like in a weird way, and you know, at the time, it was almost like thrash had like passed its fucking heyday. But yet in Europe in 1990 or 89, 90, 91, there was still fucking thrash records coming out. They were killing it.
They were and they had those creepy harmonies, just like death metal. Too. Like one of my favorite bands, Mesro. Like that was the fucking Swedish Testament, I think, but like creepier than Testament.
Well, on the East Coast, you guys had like an evil vibe to the music. It was more underground than like, you mentioned Cannibal Corpse. I know they started out in Buffalo, but that Cannibal Corpse and like the stuff you guys were doing is just two totally different things to me. As far as sound wise and attitude and all that shit. I mean, yeah, those guys, they did what they did, but it wasn't the same thing.
It was almost like there was like three scenes going on, because like you had Cannibal Corpse, which was like 8 hours away from New York City, and then you had like New Jersey and maybe Manhattan, where you had that kind of scene, and then you had Long Island too, which kind of spawned the whole like pyrexia and suffocation.
Strong Island.
Strong Island.
Bands, you know what I mean? So like you had three almost different distinct styles, where you had a little bit more traditional death like, where you had like Cannibal Corpse, then like more near New York, where you had like an Immolation, fucking eerie ass fucking Dr. Shrinker riffs mixed into like death metal. And then on Long Island you had fucking like in Queens even maybe, which is not that far from New Jersey.
No,
you had like fucking brutal death metal where it was like, so it was like three different fucking scenes, right, Venner?
Yeah.
That's
wild. Some were like influenced by hardcore, and some were influenced by the metal. The heavy metal scene was very big,
right,
around here. So it's like, some people were like, a lot of them were like had that hardcore edge to them almost.
Yeah.
Hey, one of you guys invited somebody, because I see somebody in the background here. Brian. He's okay. Let me bring him on for a minute. I'll give you a few minutes to ask some questions, Brian. Oh shit! What the hell's he doing? He looks like he's got a guitar in his hand or something. Is he gonna fucking serenade? Is he gonna fucking serenade us or what? Let me get him on. There he is.
Brian, you fuck.
I'm playing to main right now.
This should be interesting.
What's up with the guitar?
Oh, I play acoustic guitar for, do like side gigs, acoustic guitar stuff. I play Pink Floyd and Led Zeppelin and a couple Iron Maidens in the first album, like Strange World and Remember Tomorrow.
Oh,
I mean, I can't sing Bruce Dickinson, so.
Yeah, who can?
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot. You can't, I would have to low tune the guitar to like ridiculous to reach that, so.
Yeah. Bill says you're the Disma fan club fucking president.
He's our Frasier.
Okay.
Yeah, I remember when Daryl gave me the first demo. He gave me the cassette, and I was like, "Wow, the recording was so nasty." Like the first demo, it's like, where did you record that, Bill? I forgot.
Called
Roy's gone.
Technical Ecstasy.
Yeah, the guitar tone was nasty as hell. I was like, damn, man, that was just such a brutal sound.
That was the HM2 pedal mixed with another distortion pedal.
Oh, Technical Ecstasy was New Brunswick, right?
New Brunswick.
Yeah, that's actually where the Blasphematory, the rehearsal's right there. It's crazy.
Yeah, Chris, I just heard that new Blasphematory. It's fucking great. The new album's fucking great, man. Reminds me of Crematory, Sweden. That kind of bit in there. Is that a good, review? You think?
That's what we were going for.
Yeah, I always loved that sound. Like the other band he mentioned, Eczema or whatever from Finland. They were real nasty in the beginning, and they kind of like went a little different direction. But
alternative rock.
Yeah, I know. The best one was that Swarming of the Maggots, the demo. That was fucking ridiculous. That was like Carcass, worship, but it was still sick, man. Yeah.
It was like Reek and Scum like had a baby.
Yeah, it's just pitch shifted vocals, man. It's hilarious.
Well, that's another thing with the Finnish scene. Like they were heavily influenced by Carcass.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, a lot of them bands were, yeah.
Like Demolich. I mean, yeah, Sweden, General Surgery.
Dictator. I was just listening to that Dictator 7-inch the other day. Remember that one?
Funebrae. They were all fucking.
Yeah, Funebrae was sick, man.
They were Carcass worshippers. Disma. All of them.
Yeah,
I
totally.
wish Carcass would go back to that style. I don't know why they just, they don't really. It's like been 30 years since they went to that style. I don't know why they don't go back into like symphonies era stuff.
They got too into playing guitar nice and clean, like
yeah.
they want to cater to.
They got into melody.
Yeah, well, that's not what death metal should be about. See, that's why like Disma's one of the best because it's so low tune and brutal. That's the way that's really should be.
I never went and got guitar lessons. I just stayed the same fucking guy as in 1990. I just
yeah, exactly.
Like I never.
But see, that's what I like about, like I said, that kind of death metal. It's real nasty. Like you said, you guys and Ruin's a sick band from LA. They tune pretty much the same that Disma does, but it's just so disgustingly sick. Yeah, I mean that's the way to do it.
Good. Ruin's good.
Mike Abominator.
Yeah,
Mike Abominator.
Right.
The Roy's guy that was on the show.
Roy's wearing the Rochefort shirt, man. They were sick as hell too back in 30 years ago. That was way ahead of its time.
Brutal as shit in America.
They're back together.
Yeah, we saw them in Maryland. They were fucking great.
They're playing a mini tour on the East Coast, like 3 or 4 shows.
Yeah, they're coming to Brooklyn at the end of August. I'm gonna go see it.
Fucking Mastro and Weber.
Yeah, they sound great, man. I was kind of worried about
30 years ago. Now they're playing now.
Yeah, I didn't know how Mastro was going to sound because he said he hadn't sung like that in 20 years, and I didn't know if his voice had, because you don't know. Like some people don't keep it up, and your voice might go out. But he sounded pretty good. So.
Yeah, he sounded fucking like Mark Mastro.
Yeah, Weber was on fire, bro. Didn't you notice? He's a character, man. He's sick. Cool player.
Yeah, they had a good crowd in Maryland because they played the bigger stage at the Ram set. It was a real good crowd for them, and I'm hoping that like new people discovered them for the first time and be like, wow, this is sick, Hopefully, you know what I'm saying? But some of the new kids, I don't know, some of the younger kids may not have heard of them, but at least they get opportunity to see bands like that,
I mean, I have an opinion of the Maryland Fest that, like, all the newer and younger kids were in that small, dark club scene, and then the outside bands were the more popular and, like, populist bands. Because when I wanted to see a band that was a little more underground or, like a Squash Bowels, I had to go to those clubs over there and see either the Rochefort, the Squash Bowels, Bile.
Yeah, Bile was one of the best sets, man. That Bile was one of the best sets of the weekend, man. That was unbelievable when seeing that live, man.
Was sick. I watched Malignant Altar instead of Autopsy.
Yeah, I watched a little bit of both, because I like them too, Malignant Altar. But you guys heard about that suicide, right? That happened. Did you hear about that?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I saw the kid 5 minutes before he did it. You know what I'm saying? It bugs me now because maybe I should have said something to the kid. You know what I mean? Because I saw him walking around before he jumped, and I was like, now it bugs me. I don't know.
Wow, there was thousands and thousands of fucking people there, bro. How would you even know something?
Well, that's what still bothers me. It's like he just was walking around, and all of a sudden, 5 minutes later, he jumped, and I was like, the hell happened? It's just messed up, man.
Yeah.
Mental sickness, man. You can't, there's nothing you could really say, It's like you don't.
Yeah, it's just fucked up because
it's like
it's a weird place to do it.
But yeah, I mean, it was just crazy because, like I said, as soon as it happened, the cops were already right there. Anyway, there was cops by the what was the place, the soundstage.
Right.
There was already some cop cars there, and all of a sudden the lights went on. They rushed over and they just blocked up where the body was, and then the ambulance showed up, and then they put the lines around, yellow tape around the scene. And I was standing with Jill from Funerus. We were just like looking at each other like, what the fuck just happened? And it was just like, man,
Yeah, that's pretty mind-blowing shit.
But like I said, watching Bile that next night was amazing. Just seeing that live after 20 years almost, because I hadn't seen them since 2004. And they played the whole mini LP, The Shed. They did the whole thing. It was fucking great.
Yeah.
That was so heavy. It was really just amazing, man,
Just a reminder, the EARTHENDIUM CD is out now. You need to go fucking get it.
I still got to get my copy, man. I'm going to see if I can find it.
Venner got it.
Yeah,
I got to get some. Get me
a copy of it now. CDs, haven't you heard CDs are cool now, man? Get a fucking CD.
Yeah, I'm glad the CDs are selling better now because I'm more of a CD guy. I like LPs are cool, but I like CDs myself.
Cool. All right. Well, Brian, you have a question you want to ask the Disma guys before I have to let you go?
Yeah, no, I was just wondering, are you guys going to be playing out soon, Bill? Got any gigs lined up?
We might be playing with Kyle, the next festival he has.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Maybe in October. I don't know. We had some offers, but we just kind of
focus on writing.
Yeah, writing. Like that's our priority right now, just to get it done and get it over with.
Have the guys in El Paso
it definitely because we don't practice every day or as much as we want to, so getting set up for a show, requires
taking time away to do
from the writing.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm trying to do now too. Because real quick, I'm going into studio pretty soon with CJ from Blood Feast. We're going to do the next Desecrated Tombs. It was very inspired by you guys and like that other band I like, Conan. Real low tune, doom and gloom. So I hope it's going to come out good. So.
Blood Feast, nice.
Cool, bro. Good luck.
Cool, man.
All right, you guys take care. All right.
Take care.
Later, man.
Take it easy, Brian.
Hey, have the guys from El Paso contacted you guys about playing a show? What is that?
Destroying Texas?
No, the fest. The other one. That's Houston. The other one is
that's Houston.
Dead Ascension Fest. The guys from Niog. I think they're the ones that put that shit together.
Hey, Venner, if you guys do play out next year, you should go down and destroy Texas.
Well, I told them next year, we'll do it. Definitely.
Well, yeah, we got offered that show, didn't we, Bill?
I'm saying you should do it next time and go destroy Texas.
Dude, that would be fucking
I'm dying to go back to
sick, dude. I'll be there fucking fist banging mania, dude.
Disma a lot of love, too, over the years.
Dude. Yeah, I mean, it'd be cool. Frasier actually might go himself if you play. You get to meet Frasier. Well, you've met Frasier before, but you probably forgot.
He said
he met you guys.
He said he was at the one show, right?
In Austin,
In Austin, right?
Yeah.
I probably didn't meet him.
Bill, you realize, right, that Megalith album, that's got a really big influence. It started to influence some of the rest of the scene and shit.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
That album.
I know a lot of bands fucking borrowed riffs.
It's a great album.
And then got put on the same label as the Replacement, the new fucking band that replacing Disma with our riffs and shit.
How old is that album now? It's like 10 years old now, right? That album? Isn't it like
2011 it came out?
Damn. That's crazy.
Yeah,
2011 seems like it should have been last year, right? Fuck.
It's weird, stuff like that. It feels like yesterday, and then it feels like fucking 20 years ago.
Yeah. It could be one or the other.
Weird.
Yeah, look, Jeffrey Nick said he bought the EP. All right, there you go. Get that fucking
Where'd you get it from?
Yeah, where'd you get it? Get that fucking get that Blasphematory CD or LP or whatever.
Bandwag, Jumpers, DM,
Cassette.
Trend, Audience.
All of them, yeah. Buy them all if it's available. Whatever.
You gotta get the rare blue vinyl of the Blasphematory.
I don't even have one of those yet.
You don't even have the blue.
Shit.
I'll get one. I don't have one though.
Blue vinyl.
Yeah, the Blasphematory.
Blue vinyl is the sickest vinyl.
This was limited to 99 copies, actually. This version.
Hey, since we're talking about the album, I think you mentioned maybe it might be reissued, Bill. Is that right?
Which one? Towards the Megalith?
Yeah.
Well,
because people are always asking about it still.
Well, a guy in Brazil hounded me for years now. It's like Old Shadows Records. He released 300 limited copies on CD with a slipcase cover. He wanted to keep it strictly to Brazil because they, South America kind of got shafted with the distribution of the album.
Okay.
It's hard to ship certain places because a lot of places fucking the post office steals shit down there. It's like,
yeah.
I've mailed stuff down there so many times and like I never got it, and it's like the post guy's wearing a fucking Disma shirt.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to your package, man. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
So,
I bought this shirt myself.
Yeah, so he was like, "Can we do it?" And limited, strictly limited to 300, ultra rare. But it's like he's like, I'm going to keep it strictly to South America. But so many people. He's like, oh, these people from America are ordering it.
Yeah, exactly.
So, I mean, it's got to be re-released properly in America again. But we're trying to focus on new shit. We keep rehashing the old shit over and over.
Right.
I mean, we released the Megalith on LP I think 7 times, like 7 different versions. And people were making fun of us.
Make it 8.
You're gonna fuck.
Yeah, make it 8. Yeah.
It's like we released like 500 copies, 300, 200 copies.
Yeah.
That's more underground and more fucking brutal, though. Like, you have to look for the fucking record and fucking, I mean, we had to look for what we had to look for when we went buying stuff, right?
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, you're at the store and you're like, oh fuck, that fuck moment when you found one. It's like, I can't believe I have this in my fucking hands,
Or fucking picking out a fucking little address from the back of some fucking shitty magazine and just like writing a fucking letter with your fucking stuffed fucking $10 in the fucking envelope.
Yeah, you had to put some work into it, but
yeah, I mean, if you don't, you don't even deserve to get that fucking record, just to be honest, So I don't know. That's my thought on it, but
a lot of people
I'm not disagreeing with
eBay or Discogs, but people gouge the prices on there too.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it depends how fucking bad you want it,
Chris, is Blasphematory a live band? Do you guys play live?
I'm supposed to play LA like the end of last year, and then COVID screwed everything up. Like the last week we were supposed to go, but Blasphematory's played maybe just one show live. We played in Brooklyn in October, but that I don't really have any shows lined up with that either. It's more starting to write on that again. And then doing their other projects that I jam with them. Like I said, we did some Alter Gore stuff, a live show. But yeah, same thing. We'll probably start writing again for that project.
Yeah, Baz Agora too. Aren't you doing another album?
Baz, I have a split that Justin from Eternal Death's going to do. It's a one master Baz split, so I have that. That's ready to go. And the Mausoleum stuff, I did all the drum tracks. That was like 9 or 10 songs for a full length. The Disma EP, the Blasphematory full length came out.
Damn, dude, how many bands are you in, bro?
I have a Blasphematory live set we're going to release. We recorded it after the show, and then I have an Alter Gore live set because we're all the same people in both bands, so we're just going to release that on our own label, just a live cassette of both sets.
Cool.
Yeah, he's a drummer, dude. Drummers are fucking hard to find.
I'm a vocalist too. I do vocals in a Baz Agora.
There you go. Mausoleum. That's the was that the band that Yitch was in?
Yep.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Morpheus Descends. Yeah. Adam,
yeah.
Morpheus. Yeah. I've been.
Those guys are actually playing here.
Morpheus.
Yeah, they're playing here in November, and I think
really?
I think it's like 4/5 of the lineup of the original lineup or something. So Sam,
I don't get involved. I mean, yeah, I don't. Those guys. The Mausoleum guys live in Pittsburgh, and they live like 5 hours from me. So I recorded a split with them last year or 2 years ago with Anatomia. Came out on a Polish label, and then it got put out on a bunch of different formats. But we jammed on for the EP that I did with them. We jammed maybe twice, and then we just banged out the drums, and then they did all the recordings there. And I did the same thing with the full length. So I did all the drum tracks, and they took them, and they record everything in Pittsburgh. So we don't, but that stuff's good too, for the amount of practice we put in there, which is not a lot. It's just everyone knows what they're doing, and you just get it done.
Yeah. Kind of doing that. I don't know if that's I don't think that's a Rotrevor logo. That's one of the shirts from the shows, right? Yeah, there you go.
They got them.
Yeah,
check out RotrevorOfficial.com on Instagram and send them a message.
Yeah, send them a message. Rotrevor Official. You can get them from, I guess, Weber's handling that.
No, Justin, the bass players.
I think they made cassettes too, green cassettes for the album.
Yeah, I got that actually.
You got some?
I had. It said it was limited to 100, but it came out last year, so I don't know if they reissued it or.
Yeah, I just seen an ad for it on Facebook, I think.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Fucking Rotrevor, bro.
Rotrevor, fucking heavy.
When are you joining Rotrevor, Chris?
Yeah, whenever they ask. I can't say no.
What about you, Venner? How come you're not in like 3 bands?
I was going to join Blasphematory. Chris asked me to join.
I actually asked him to join at one point.
And what did you say?
Because so Blasphematory was just 2 of us, really. We were just, like I said, we were just practicing and recording. We were writing songs, like one song a practice, 3 hours, and next thing you know, we had like 12 songs. All I did, but
no, I'll probably jam with Chris with that band, like in the future after our album and shit. We'll start jamming.
Yeah, cool. So we don't really actually even.
Go ahead.
Well, yeah, I have Tom, this other guy who does his band is Alter Gore. It's a 1-man band, but he can't play live, so I play drums with him, and then the guitarist of Blasphematory plays guitar on him. But he's been playing. He recorded on this album with us, but that was the first time we had like 3 people in the band. We don't really have a live bass player, but those guys do the bass if anything.
Oh yeah. So Bazagorath, Blasphematory, Altar of Gore, and Disma.
And Mausoleum.
Fuck, I thought I had them all.
And what was
I had another project that was starting with
Body of Christ?
No, with Tomas from Morbosadad at one point, but that never really took off. But I got enough bands right now.
No, what was the other band, Chris? The other band.
It was going to be called Manic Temple.
Oh.
It was more Mayan based.
You weren't going to do the Cookie Monster vocals in that one, so that was the
No, Tomas from Morbosadad was going to sing.
Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right. I remember hearing about that. I played bass for Morbosadad for about 4 weeks, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Who hasn't played?
Texas? My friend. They like, hey, we're doing some shows in Mexico City and like Guatemala and LA and Oakland. Can you help us out? And I'm like, fuck. I was like, yeah, all right. So it ended up being cool. We played with like Mystifier and shit like that, So
nice.
But that was it. I'm like, I don't have time to fucking, because they're always playing fest in like Finland. I don't have time for all that shit,
Yeah, he's not doing it anymore.
He wants to quit it now. He wants to retire.
Yeah.
But I know they're playing Tijuana with the guys from Blasphematory. They got another band. They're playing Tijuana in December, and they're playing Mexico City next week with their other band, Siege Column.
Yeah.
But I know they're playing with Morbosadad in I know in Tijuana. I think it's in December.
Oh, that Nuclear War Now Fest, right?
Yeah, they're on Nuclear War. Their other
members of your band are in Siege Column too.
Members of that band are in we're in like 12 bands if you combine all of them. They all have their own projects. We all do projects together. They all do projects together.
I got you.
So it's like for a promoter, it's a win-win. It's like 3 flights and you got 5 bands.
Right. So they're playing Total Death Over Mexico next week.
they're playing next week because I was going to start blasphematory practice again, and I know they're getting ready because they're playing next week. Yeah.
But that's the way to go, Chris. We should fucking form like 6 bands, get 6 members. That's how you maximize the weekend. You come home with like $4,000 each.
You know,
well, that was LA. I was doing 2 sets. I don't care. I would have done. Those guys were doing 3 sets. You know, I was doing 2 sets. They were doing 3.
3 merch tables with 6 bands.
Oh yeah, I don't even think about that. That's what's great about just playing drums, not like running a baz or anything. You know, you just play drums like you used to. Not, you know, you don't have to worry about it.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool.
What would you say is the best recording each one of you guys ever played on? Venner, how about you?
My favorite is the first demo. I like the first demo for some reason.
How about you, Chris? What about you, Chris?
Best recording?
Yeah, that you feel like this is which recording out of all your recordings you felt like the best about?
It's a good question. They're all different times. Well, they're all different times, and they all have different feelings, so they're not really equal. If that makes sense.
I guess that's
but obviously the newer stuff I've done because I've gotten better as you know all these years.
You say the new shit.
I like the new shit. I like the Disma shit. It's something different than what I've really put out. Ever, you know.
Yeah, and I'll say it again, dude. Your drums on that are like just fit it like perfectly. It's just like that's the first thing I noticed. I was like I say, you're not playing just like shit you would expect to hear in certain parts, which I think it adds to the songwriting, which is fucking great.
I think a lot of the eeriness has been sucked out of death metal. Like it's like if it gets too eerie, then it's not as heavy. But like with Disma, like it's heavy and it's eerie at the same time. You know what I mean? Where it's like a lot of black metal made things like eerie and shit.
Yeah.
But then it sounds like a fucking tin can. You know, like it just doesn't sound fucking brutal.
Well, that's like even with me, like old death metal and like shit's like had a creepy fucking recording. Like even like now that's totally missing. I try to listen to new bands, like I don't hear evil and creepy. I don't get a vibe.
Yeah.
Like even like our last recordings, I don't feel they're creepy enough. Like I want to make them more creepy. Like the newer stuff, I think is a little more creepier sounding.
Yeah, next stuff when you hear it's gonna make you suicidal, uncomfortable.
Are you guys gonna record? Are you gonna record with Jim?
It'll make your second asshole shit your pants.
That's right. That's right.
Are you guys gonna record? Are you gonna record with Jim again? I'm guessing.
No, we might go back to where we recorded the album. Since everybody wants the second Megalith album, we might go back to Sound Spa.
But like you said, you can go back in there and same shit and all that, and it'll sound different.
It'll sound different, yeah.
Yeah.
He has a whole new board. He's got one of those Nev boards. It's like the top of the line fucking systems. He's got the analog fucking tape decks.
Yeah.
Wheels, he's got the top of the line shit for like New Jersey. Like a lot of those studios closed. Like nobody's open anymore because all this home recording shit that came out.
Yeah.
When we were going to record the last EP, like 3 studios in the midst of us getting ready closed down. We were like, we're going to go there. All right, we're going to call you back. We'll schedule a date. 2 months later, they're gone. The other place, the guy dies. They disappear. So it's like, the place we recorded at, that was the last recording. They closed down because nobody was using them anymore because they're big studios. They can't cover the rent anymore. Nobody's coming in with a band. It's like everybody's got the fucking Apple fucking
iPod cord.
Yeah, it's like everything's digital. So
iPod cord death metal.
Yeah,
I got a question for all you guys. Since you guys were around in the early like New Jersey, East Coast or whatever, and I know you guys are all about the demos and the rehearsals. Now, what was the demo or rehearsal or band that when their first, like, I guess rehearsal or demo came out, that kind of just blew everybody away from that scene?
From New Jersey?
Or from the, Jersey, New York.
Immolation,
definitely.
Yeah, probably.
Immolation,
Yeah.
Ripping Corpse, probably.
Oh yeah, Ripping Corpse was good.
And then as Roy knows,
Phobia.
when we saw fucking Incantation and Mortician, it was like, that was
Mortician.
but definitely I would say Immolation, because Immolation was very fucking popular even before their album came out. Like, that band was popular with demos. They would do shit with demos that other bands had 2 or 3 albums out, and they were the headliner with the demo. It was like.
Are you talking about the 2-song demo or the
like the 2-song and the 3-song demo, like era, that era of time?
Yeah, so they had like 6 or 7 songs they would play shows with, but like they were like the opening band, like when Death would come around or Morbid Angel, that.
Or Ripping Corpse, they had their own like contained scene in a weird way in South Jersey, and they really pumped their stuff like super hard. So like. The mailing list was like just constant, like every week, Brighton bar, this bar, that bar, and it would just be shows of Ripping Corpse, and then whoever they were playing with. So, like if they were playing with either local bands,
like if a death metal band came to town, Ripping Corpse was the opening band always.
Right. Yeah,
exactly.
Ripping Corpse is closer to me.
Or in the upper area, it was like Primeval.
Primeval, yep.
So there was that too.
Like Revenant.
Revenant.
Popular.
But I would say if you said defining bands, that's the question. Immolation. Dude.
Yeah, definitely Immolation.
Yeah, like that, like the band when they first like put out a demo and everybody's like, "Holy fuck, have you heard the new whatever?"
Yeah, they were the shit.
No, it was big too. What I don't notice now, like Roy, you remember this? Like a band had a riff, and that riff was like, "Holy fuck." Like you kept rewinding that part. Like for instance, the Rain and Blood riff, fucking Angel had, and then Immolation had that was like everybody went sick over that part. It was so like.
But that's also like with that, that question would be to us. But if you asked another person in New York, they might go straight to the suffocation.
Well, yeah. But to me, that's like you said, it's 2 different.
It was like 2 different. It was 2 or 3 different scenes in a small area.
Yeah.
Do you think there's a different scene in Houston than there is in El Paso?
Nah. Oh well.
See?
I mean,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
In a weird way, like even it's the geographic separation. Like it makes a certain sound sometimes.
Yeah.
And even in a small area like New Jersey, Long Island. Because Long Island is like 3 hours away, 2.5 hours away. It's not like right next to Jersey. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then,
but Texas, you get on a plane.
Fucking El Paso's 12 hours from Houston, so.
Yeah, so it's like you have these like different like sounds that come out of like one area. It's weird.
No, you're
it's
right. You're right. Yeah, I mean, I that's why I said there's an East Coast, like especially like the area you guys. There's a fucking sound there. That you don't hear anywhere else. Unless it's people that are like, ripping things off and try to sound exactly like it. Cause
the toxic air that went across the meadows, right, Venner?
It was the meadows and the fucking radon.
Yeah, the radon.
Lead paint chips.
Yep.
Water. French.
Yeah.
There's definitely a vibe. You know what it is too? It's like around here was a lot of like, it's very angry. We live in like in an angry part of the country. Like New York City is very like.
I don't know, angry. We're just fast paced.
It's fast paced. I mean, it's
got time for bullshit.
When we were younger, there was a lot of like when you would go to a show in parts of New York, it was literally like the Warriors. Like you were on the subway and people were chasing you sometimes. Like it was.
Lamores, remember that?
Yeah.
Like
we would have to like think before we got to the car. We'd be like, I wonder if the car stereo is still going to be there.
Exactly.
Or the car, like sometimes the car wasn't even there, and it's like. So it was definitely like an angry vibe, and I think that's definitely part of the music, especially like with the New York hardcore scene, because that's very angry. When we were younger, there was always a fucking headbutt between metalheads and skinheads. So it's
that's right.
That was real, man. That was real.
Yeah, I mean, that was real. Like now, it's like all those shows are the same. It's like it's hardcore, punk, grindcore. They all play the same shows. Everybody gets along. But back in the day, it was fucking battles, dude. You go to
Lemoore.
There'd be
Carnivore show at Lemoore, and you got like the 25 to life type scene, you know, like an earlier version of that. So I guess like Francisco left the chat. So Chris, you have an upcoming show when? December?
No, I don't have. I got, if any, shows with Disma. October.
Oh, that's in October.
I don't have any shows actually booked. I mean, anything comes along New York, we obviously consider it like that. I played a Pro Fanatica show in Brooklyn in October with Blasphematory. Just, you know, I know Paul, and it made sense. You know, first show, I'm like, I'll take maybe some shows like that.
Yeah.
If they come, but I'm not looking for shows really.
Gotcha.
Oh, another show we were going to play Ed Farsty's Armageddon Fest. He asked me because a couple of bands dropped off, but it was just too short notice. You know, it was like 2 weeks away. We were just fucking writing new shit. We wouldn't, you know, have time.
Yeah. And to play the older songs too, the Disma said, we did it last year or whatever. But I got to learn all that stuff too.
You know, Craig.
Well, not even really learn it, but learn it so
Craig
it doesn't,
really
it sounds tight.
Songs, you know, he don't know the songs on guitar. It's like me and Randy, you know, and we have to carry. And Randy doesn't remember everything because he's not playing those songs either. I do, you know, at home I play all the songs.
What about like all the songs that are on like all the different 7-inches? Do you ever think about like recording all those as like something?
No, because I kind of like them as their own recording.
Yeah, a lot of bands won't do that, but I figured they were your 7-inch songs, so like in a weird way, you kind of get a pass on those, you know?
I mean, our album, we kind of covered a couple of tracks that we did before. We did all the demo, we did all 3 demo songs. We did one song off the Manifestation. We kept that one track by itself. The split with Winterwolf, we recorded that song, and then I think we wrote 3 other songs, and that was the album. And that was so that was easier to, you know, use those old songs to fill the album. Like now, it's like we got to write the whole album from scratch. Like I don't want to use like the Graveless Remains tracks as album tracks, you know, or even these tracks. Craig's like, you know, I agree. Like they got their own recording, and it's like. It came out good enough, so it's like we don't need to add them to an album. Yeah. It would just ruin it. It would just, you know, if they were raw and like sounded.
There is a lot of bands that kind of recycle their music like that, you know. But I was just curious if you guys, you know, had that one little hider track that you're like, you know what, we need to read.
I wish we had other stuff that was never recorded. Like
my internet went down, so I'm on my phone now. So I'm glad you guys are still on here. I was like, what the fuck happened? Now I feel like I'm like, it's just fucking weird. But yeah,
I've been on my phone the whole time, so it's like
the Manifestation, right? They never got did that get a straight up studio recording? No, right?
No, they got the only other version is that live in the studio version.
Yeah.
That's it. That never got.
That place is like a famous spot for like live recordings. You know that, right?
Yeah.
WNYU. There's so many like original, old school, like even if it's like not metal. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, like, my buddies. Hell, they're from your area. Social Decay put out a live demo at WN. Well, no, not in. Was it WNYU? Right?
WNYU. Yeah.
Yeah, in Jersey. Yeah, live in like '87 or something. It was live in the studio.
I think it's in New York, though, right, Bill? It's
New York
University. New York University.
New York University.
Yeah. A lot of bands like say like
WSOU is the Jersey side.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but they never
Seton
really had
Hall.
live. They never had any live bands play on there like WNYU did.
Right.
WNYU
Oh,
even
yeah,
had
yeah, I
like
remember
Corrupted.
WNYU.
They
That's
had
right.
they had like Evokin on there.
Yeah.
They had rap on there. They had like jazz live stuff on there. They had like rock on there. Like bands that would just come in live and just play live, you know?
Yeah, that's cool.
Well,
Lucky enough to do that with a couple bands of mine here in Houston at a college radio show. Played like live on the air, you know. It's cool.
I think
That's
it's
cool
great.
shit. Yeah,
I think
you get like a recording of it and all that shit. So
Like that's our rawest recording in that fucking. It doesn't even sound like us sometimes. It sounds like that sounds very European sounding. I think.
No
that
mistake.
sounds hard, dude. What do you think? Like over time, like what do you think about the death metal scene? Like you, you guys obviously put out something that's super fucking heavy. I don't even think enough people heard it yet to really digested it enough, you know. But like going forward, like what do you think? Like I don't know what I'm trying to ask.
Like, I mean, I like a couple bands, like newer bands, like, but like I can't. I'm not really like, invested in it, you know. It's like I'm so like backwards, I guess. Like I like older shit, man. I just been listening to all my old shit from the 80s. Like that's like my favorite decade now. It's like
I like a lot of old shit too, but lately playing with some of these bands, like
you meet
newer death metal bands. You know, I like, you ever heard like Witch Vomit? A lot of these dudes from Portland, even.
Yeah, Fetid.
Fetid I played with Alter Gore and who else we play with over there? But yeah, Fetid we played in actually Brooklyn. They did a tour.
oh yeah, that was Cerebral Rot, maybe.
Cerebral Rot. That's right. He's the dude from Cerebral Rot. He's a big Alter Gore fan. We were playing that show in Brooklyn, and that dude was the front row banging his head the whole the whole set.
Your boy got a good question there, Francisco.
Yeah, I saw that. I'm used to being on the computer, so it's kind of I'm kind of like I'm fucking lost, you know. But what is are you talking about JD's question?
Yeah.
What is the most expensive studio recording you have all done, and was it worth the coin?
I don't have any high budgets for studios.
Yeah,
Bill.
I mean, ours was Megalith, I guess.
I guess it was worth it.
And it was worth it. I mean, we got our money's worth. It could have.
Elegy was probably the most expensive recording we did when the first of Azagora, the Tenebrae CD that Rob put out.
Was it worth the money?
Worth the money?
It was, yeah, I guess. I don't know about, for me it was, you know.
Yeah.
Thousands of dollars.
I think I paid like $400 or something.
I don't even know what he paid.
I think Venner said they didn't pay much for that demo to be recorded.
The demo was like $200.
Damn.
Morbid Angel, I think Morbid Angel asked, I think what's the story? They asked for like 10 grand to record, or was it 10 grand or 60 grand or some ridiculous shit to like record the second album, I think. So it's like, what?
I mean, some places are like they think they're fucking too prestigious to charge less. It's like they, you know, some labels like they're used to like big studio people. Like the guy that we did our Megalith, that Sound Spy, he's like, he recorded Cyndi Lauper, you know. It's like, and the last one, the EP, you know, that's the Skid Row fucking studio. Incantation.
Oh, Track C's.
But Track C's was the Skid Row fucking.
They're gone too. They're gone.
And they're gone.
You think Cyndi Lauper is like doing an interview? Yeah, fucking Disma recorded here too.
Yeah.
Cyndi Lauper's cool, man.
But it was funny. He used to say like he was like, yeah, she would come here and she like who put a limiter on my microphone? And she would bang on it. He's like, don't bang on the microphone. That's like a $20,000 fight. Like, I don't care. Who put a condenser on it? Or a limiter. I forgot what he said.
Yeah.
She was like wrecking the studio and shit.
Diva.
Skid Row.
I'm gonna pull that on the next drum recording.
There you go.
Skid Row.
You got Roy here. Say, Roy, we need a fucking $25,000 fucking
budget.
Studio budget. We're looking at 25, but we could do it for 15.
What is the band going to eat pizzas the whole time and hang out with strippers?
Yeah. Recording's going to be like $400, but you know.
Well, it comes out to that much if you don't go there like ready to record. Like I know people around here who go to the studio that we went to and weren't ready, and they just went for a week later came back and just like ate up a huge budget.
Right. It's like you don't learn the songs and then go to the studio. Like learn the songs in the studio.
Yeah.
You have a problem if that's what you're doing.
You know, like that's why with us, we're like, even the guy Steve, when we were recording the album, he's like, I kick bands out when they're not ready to record and they're here rehearsing parts while I'm recording. He goes, I tell them, keep your money, get the fuck out. Like, I'm not wasting time with you. You know, it's like you make me look bad now.
Right.
So, like, when we go to record, we make sure we're ready. Like we're here to play and then not spend too much time, because the more time you spend on it, the cleaner it gets, the less heavy it gets, the more raw. All right, 3 days, that's enough. You sure? Yeah, I'm definitely sure. Fuck it. That's how raw. That's how the demo
you're right.
Now. The demo was like, we could have spent 2 days on it. I was like, no, that's good enough. I want it to sound like a raw fucking demo.
We did the drums in like an hour
and got a good quality rehearsal. I want that fucking sound, you know? And that's what made us spark in the underground, because it was like, wow, it sounds so old school. Like, it wasn't all polished. You know, there's mistakes on it. The mix is weird.
Yeah.
You know, it's the scratch tracks kept as the recording. I was like, just keep them. They're good enough. Why do it again? You know, that was the mentality. Let's make it sound like a fucking...
Like a real band playing live.
Like all our old shit that I like. The drums are fucking bad on the fucking old recordings, like Creator and Destruction. Those people can't even play fucking drums, but that creates a sound, you know? Like
like the fucking In the Sign of Evil.
Yeah, like they can't
out of tune and shit.
Morbid Visions and all that shit.
That's the most primitive shit. That's what I want to I want it to kind of recreate, you know.
Right.
Now it's kind of hard to get older, because people look at you like, "Are you sure you want to fucking do that?" And it's like,
you achieve that without fucking it up, basically. Because sometimes, for some reason, there's some dividing line where you can fuck it up too. You know, to make it too shitty. You know?
Too shitty. But there's like some really shitty recordings I fucking love. Like, look at that Funebre, that second demo. That sounds like by recording standard, that's a piece of garbage. But that thing is so uniquely heavy and like weird. It's like one of my top 3 favorite heavy recordings. It's like the Grave, the third demo, the fucking Putrefaction tracks, those 4 tracks.
Yeah, the
Putrefaction. And the Funebre, you know, like that's the heaviest fucking shit.
The Abhorrence demo, rehearsal demo or whatever. Not the rehearsal demo, but the vulgar necrolatry.
Yeah, the first demo.
That's got such a weird sound to it. That's not actually the greatest, but it has such a good vibe.
It's very fucking creepy, that fucking recording.
Yeah,
you know, it's like a lot of reverb. It's like its own style, you know.
You guys like touch on that sound, but in a way heavier version of it. You know what I mean?
Because you know what it is? Like sometimes when you're too heavy, it loses that eerie creepiness because you're adding power.
Right.
It kind of like sucks it out. It's very hard. It's like a balance. I try to make it creepier, but it's like when you have other people in the band with their own input, it turns into something else sometimes. Usually we settle on it.
Play it slower.
Well, like with for Chris, like if you listen to the old creepy shit, the drummer's not doing anything. Like if you listen to how slow and some the drummer's hardly playing, and it's like I don't want Chris to just stand there and go. You know, it's like I want him to fucking be a part of the recording. You know, it's like or the song.
Yeah.
You know, we try to be slow, but not all the time. You know,
Right.
Well, I mean, I don't think that new record. I mean, it's got some slow parts, but I don't think it's like.
There's a lot of mid tempos, which
Yeah,
they make
definitely.
it flow well, and the riffs are memorable. So that's like the best part of it. And I think that's what's missing from a lot of, like, say, even the Bandcamp culture-y type bands, the YouTube bands, the fucking MySpace, Facebook bands. They don't have memorable fucking riffs, dude, you know? Like, it would be cooler if there was more bands with more memorable riffs.
Yeah, well, like Venner said when we started, he records riffs on his phone, and if he doesn't have to if he doesn't have to check his phone to remember how to play it, that means it's you remembered it without even checking back. It's a catchy riff, right?
It's a keeper, you know. It's like if I don't remember it by the next week, I'm like, fuck it, it must not be good, you know.
Well, meanwhile, there's people like, hey, Venner, can you send me those fucking riffs you don't want? You know,
you can take it. Or I think I've mentioned in the past, I'll go to practice and play a riff, and then one day, like Craig, dude, that's so fucking sick. Record that. That's sick. And then like we'll forget about it. We'll do something else, and a month later, I'll play it again. They're like, nah.
Yeah,
that's the fucking time I played it. You guys were all about it. Now you fucking hate it. What the fuck? So I'll have to wait another month and then bring it back, and Craig will be like, "Fuck yeah, that's sick." It's like a fucking. It's all about timing. It's like when to introduce the fucking part.
Yeah, if it doesn't have that Judas Priest fucking, you know it, just that, or AC/DC, where it's just like one fucking riff, it's like, yeah, you know. Then it's like you start to forget about the band quick, you know.
Oh yeah.
If we didn't have the recordings, though, the phones, I mean, the phone recordings, that's pretty much how I practice, just whatever we have and mess around with it. Like with my kit, my kids are sleeping, or my other kit, and then when we jam, you know, at least we're on the same page. We know what we're playing, so it makes things a lot easier.
Right.
Yeah, I do that too. I record like riffs on my phone, and then also anytime we get together and practice, all right, let's get the song down, you know, kinda, you know,
right,
and then just record it, and then during that recording or while you're jamming, the drummer can do a fill. It's like, oh fuck, you know, I need to do that again, you know. So I think it helps. It helps a lot doing that. I think it's fucking smart to do that.
But even now too, like recently, like we had a song we've been jamming for a couple months now. We thought it was done, and I came in last week. I was like, I want to add these parts, and I fucked it all up for everybody.
Oh, I do the same thing. I was like, hey, you remember that song? Well, you know, I kind of changed it. Like
I changed it.
So let's. How much did you change? Probably all of it.
Learn it now.
Yeah. But no,
we changed the whole thing.
Along those lines, if we jam a song and it was 3 months ago, and I go back and listen to it, and if I still feel the same about it, then yeah, it's a keeper. But there's times where it's like, well, you know, maybe we should do this or that, and change it up or take this out and whatnot. So a lesson to you kids: record everything you fucking that you can. You don't have to, you know. And record your practices, record whatever, you know. It's like stand-up comedians. Stand-up comedians record all their sets, you know. Just
because then you sit on it. Because then, like, sometimes I'll write something and I'll play it. And I'm like, oh, this sounds catchy, you know. And like it reminds me of something. And then I'll be driving home and I'll put on one of my bands I listen to. I'm like, oh, that's what it is. All right, yeah, fucking change it. I know where I got that from. Well, that's where that's from.
That's what happens to me. Hey, that's fucking Terrorizer, dude. What are you doing?
And it's like, if it's that obvious, you know, it's like subconsciously you don't realize. You know?
No. I mean, you're not purposely, like, obviously you don't want to fucking, like, you know, well, at least we don't. You know, I know people do. Hey, I'm gonna fucking use that riff, and hopefully nobody notices, right? But yeah, no, it's cool that you guys pretty much do the same shit that I do as far as, because you don't practice 5 days a week, so kind of have to do something.
We used to in the beginning, but
Nah.
Frasier got a good question for Bill. It says, "Hey Bill, who's your influence? Who do you look up to?"
The Jerky Boys.
The Jerky Boys.
Paulie Walnuts.
Paulie Walnuts.
Rest in peace. Rest in peace. Still the best meme ever. That he goes, "Hey Tone, there's no way all this orchestra is trans or whatever." That's fucking amazing, man.
He was the best character, man. I got to meet him too.
No way.
I got a pic. Well, yeah, because in our town,
he hangs out.
In Kearney was the meat market, the fucking pizza land.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
So they came to do a shot. So I got pictures with all of them with Fury. I didn't get a picture with Tony Soprano, but I got a picture with Christopher, Furio.
Wow.
Paulie,
Wow.
A few of them. Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Yeah. Well, we've had Bill on here several times, and I think you probably answered the influence question a fucking 1,000 times.
Like, guitar. Why? There's like my gods, and then there's what I do, what I'm influenced by, So I would say like Disma, like my biggest is Slayer, like Kerry King and Jeff Hanneman, definitely. Like that's like you were saying on the Slayer show, like all of us, we follow with our music. We followed Slayer. We didn't follow Metallica, Megadeth, or Anthrax.
Yeah.
If you wanted to go into this realm, you followed Slayer's direction and to the darker leather and spikes.
They're the only one that stayed brutal.
Pretty much.
And they even quit brutal in a weird way, I'm not saying I was a Slayer fan until like the last day of their every album, but if you compare Slayer to all the other like thrash bands or whatever the fuck,
they would have like
they were the only band that were fucking worth shit.
They would have like one good song on their newer albums. Like each album would have like one, maybe two alright songs, but never like there's no Hell Awaits and fucking 90s. Well,
yeah, but they weren't making friggin' Bob Seger covers.
Yeah, dude, they were like. And
Chris, so who was that? Who was the drummer or drummers that made you want to fucking play drums early on?
Dave Lombardo, right there, big time.
Hell yeah, Dave fucking Lombardo.
Disma Slayer split.
Yeah, without a doubt.
We're gonna do a split. With
he was probably my biggest.
Tom Araya's brother.
Tom Araya sang his old way with a couple of fucking kids, Slayer fans, and did their own little band. It would be sick because he's Slayer. He's the voice of Slayer. Like everyone's like, oh, it's Kerry King.
He was the voice of Slayer.
He literally, man.
He's Slayer, Tom Araya. His fucking vocal style.
Yeah, the screams and all that.
Yeah, there's not too many bands that sound like old Slayer, like the old LA scene. There's like a couple obscure bands, but nobody really copied like old school Slayer. How many bands sound just like old Slayer? It's like Necrophagia LA, maybe. There's another band, Sanctum. There's a couple bands, they sound like Slayer, but it's like they never put out albums.
Yeah. Yeah, there's only one Slayer. So.
That's it. It was too hard to fucking challenge, Like Dark Angel, but to me, Dark Angel, like Darkness Descends, sounds like the American Creator. Like that was the American Creator to me, I always thought.
Yeah. Dark Angel?
Yeah, like Darkness.
I was never a real big Dark Angel fan.
I was.
Darkness Descends.
Darkness Descends is fucking sick.
It's weird how like they have that other out where they have the We Have Arrived, but it's like I'm still always on Darkness Descends,
We Have Arrived is all right. It's kind of laid back, old school more. But Darkness Descends is like fucking. I still listen to that album. Even Leave Scars, it's like half of the album is good. You know, I like the first song.
Yeah, Death of Innocence, I think.
That's a good song. You know, it's sick. But
yeah, fucking.
And it's weird because they made a heavier album. They made the you know that other album, like the whatever Leave Scars, and it's like, but at the time it was like, this isn't as good, right? Like at that time, I was like, this isn't Darkness Descends. Yeah?
No, because death metal started to come in already, and it was like it was competing with that. It wasn't and it was too heavy for good thrash, you know. So it was like it kind of fell into its own little corner, and it like.
Well, it's like that Slayer album.
It didn't die, you know. It went to its own little corner, but it didn't die because it's still a good record.
Yeah,
it's like when what's that Slayer? That Slayer album, Season in the Abyss, when that came out, it's like 1990. I was, that shit wasn't brutal or extreme enough.
No, I didn't even listen to that one.
That one,
I saw that show actually in Brooklyn at L'Amour's right before they released that.
Oh yeah,
yeah. I had crutches, busted up knee. It was crazy. I'm like,
yeah.
Slayer
old Slayer shows at L'Amour's.
Slayer at L'Amour.
L'Amour's, I've seen him in real small clubs.
Carnivore at L'Amour was the shit.
Damn. Season of the Abyss was like when my friends who weren't into like death metal
got into.
Oh, this is the new Slayer. Did you get it? And I was like, I'm already out of Slayer.
Yeah. I remember when we went to see him, and I'm like, oh man, they played all new stuff. Don't even know what this is, you know.
But going back, it's like I like Season of the Abyss. Like that album.
I like some of the songs.
Pretty good.
I like some of the songs.
I don't.
The ensemble's good.
And
the title track is good, man.
I never listened to that one at all, man.
That's actually a pretty nasty album.
That's the last. Oh no.
I would say Show No Mercy. I mean, not that. South of Heaven was the last for me.
Well, that was the killer.
Show No Mercy, damn.
That kind of killed it.
South of Heaven was the Slayer killer album.
It was the Slayer killer, but that was also the last one for me, you know? So I didn't really make it to the Seasons of the Abyss.
Or what's the one after fucking...
That's without Dave Lombardo, right?
Yeah, the one with Paul Ballstuff.
I'm trying.
Nobody here knows.
Nobody knows. Because they never put a logo on their fucking album.
I know what it looks like.
And it was just an upside down cross with the demons in it. And it was the most forgettable Slayer album because they never put the title or the fucking logo on the cover. And nobody, every time I ask, everyone's like, I don't know. And
I've never
like the drums on that.
Repentless or something?
No,
it was before that.
It's when they had those songs Ditto Head and
that album? All right. That song's good. That's a good song. It's Divine Intervention.
Divine Intervention.
That's it.
Right, yeah.
That's the album. There's a couple actually good songs on that. That's not it. The production brought it back to like.
I wanted to go back, so yeah, I tried to fuck with that, but it wasn't like, it was like after Rain and Blood, it was like they could never fucking, you know, it just wasn't fucking.
They hit their limit on that album. That's what it was.
It wasn't as hard.
Yeah, if you want to hear people talk about Slayer, check out Carl El Necron's channel. We were on me, him, and Alex and Jeff Tandy. Like, fuck, that was last night. It was cool. Those guys, the older guys, fucking saw Slayer like on the Haunting the Chapel tour and shit.
Those older guys that they were like hanging out with Slayer, getting their equipment out of the car and shit.
Yeah,
dude, that all happened down the road for me, Old Bridge. That's where they did all that, Old Bridge Militia.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
That's right down the road from where I live. I live 10 minutes from Old Bridge.
Wow. I mean, how old were you then, though? Were you like 4?
How old? I was like 4. No, I was probably like 12, 13.
Oh, that's an impressionable age. So if you knew about fucking Old Bridge Militia at 12, that's kind of cool.
I knew somebody that was at those things from Jersey. John Saltz, rest in peace. My buddy John Saltz from Lethal Aggression. He was at those Old Bridge militia fucking parties back in '84 or whatever that was.
Yeah.
So,
That was crazy.
Remember that, Venner? Like hearing about Old Bridge militia when we were younger.
Yeah.
We're like, what is that? A fucking gang?
What does that mean? It was
yeah. I mean, the first thing you think of is like a motorcycle.
Yeah,
gang.
motorcycle gang, right?
Yeah, exactly.
It's cool though, because thinking it was from New Jersey, it seemed cool.
And when Slayer did the farewell tour, and I went to go see them a couple of years ago, and they played in the in South Jersey, and they didn't give a shout out to Old Bridge Militia on their last fucking Jersey show. I was like, that's fucking weird, man, because they were there. Right. And you didn't hear them fucking shout out.
They were there for a bunch of bands, not just
them. Demon Eyes, watch that.
No shout out for Old Bridge Militia.
No, man. I was disappointed.
Frasier, you're my influence, Frasier. You want to know who my influences are? You're my influence, Frasier. You saw Celtic Frost in '86. You're my influence. So there you go.
I saw him on the Cold Lake tour.
yeah. Well, cool, man. All right, we'll wrap this up. It's been going a while. The new I can't do anything because I'm not on my computer. I can't show the pictures, but get that fucking new Disma EP. Get the fuck there.
Cover that Roy didn't send.
I wasn't gonna bring it up, but
I'll mail it out to you. Here it is.
Get that out. Get that the blasphematory. I'll put the links and everything in the description.
New Mausoleum, Altars of Gore.
Yeah, all those bands, Altar of Gore.
Look out for the shout out to Sly from Fondle Corpse because he helped a lot with the Disma layout, and shout out to Daryl Kahan for help out with the Disma layout.
Yeah, check out Necro Harmonic. Get some stuff from Necro Harmonic.
Disma
Oscar was in the chat.
Shout out to Oscar, Roddy Records, Necro Harmonic combo coming.
There you go. And yeah, I don't know when I'll do another one of these.
Maybe I'm gonna do a death metal podcast in the next month or two. We'll see what's up. I'm talking to a few artists and a couple other people.
Look out for a new death metal podcast. Like I said, I've kind of slowed down, but I'll start doing some more stuff. I'm trying to get Cass to come on and talk about the new Crucifier EP, and Chris Gamble talk about the new Bloodstorm, and just the shit that's been coming out that I like. So, people ask me, hey, we could have so and so on, but
for his Disma support, he's
shout out to Brian too.
Oh yeah, Brian. Let me answer. Demon Eyes, I said if you want to check out that Slayer thing, it's on El Necron's channel. We talk about. They kind of talk about that Slayer album you were talking about. I think it's like I never even heard it, but apparently it was like new metalish or some shit.
Diablo Some Music is the worst.
That's the one. Yeah, they brought it up. I never fucking heard that. And they were talking about how it sounds. I'm like, they fucking ruined. Don't try to ruin Slayer for me.
That's when the music industry started touring them with like college bands.
Yeah,
sucked into those festivals, and they saw all the girls reacting to that fucking jumping around shit, and they had to write an album to that. That's what that was about. That's fucking garbage album.
I mean, every fucking band needs their TV commercial fucking record, don't they? Just give it to them.
Nah.
Football fucking stadium music. I bet you they play Angel of Death in the middle of a fucking football game anyway, and people know what
they probably did.
They like hockey. Hockey is big, like in between breaks. You'll see it's like Diamond. I'm like, oh man.
Well, they would play fucking during Raiders games too, like on ESPN. They would play. They would do Inagata Davida. I remember that.
Yeah, no.
In Texas, they played DRI in between the Dallas games.
Yeah, no.
I feel DRI.
Slayer, some Slayer would work for fucking stadium shit. Like fucking Raining Blood. I mean,
Raining Blood. That's what I mean. Like at a football game.
Hell yeah, or like a fucking pitcher coming out of the fucking bullpen or whatever. It's like, dude, fucking bust out of the bullpen, dude. Come on, man. Yeah, I always wanted. I mean, we'll stop in a minute, but it reminds me there was a fucking football player here on the Texans whose last name was Merciless. I was like, dude, it'd be sick if he came out to fucking Merciless Death, you know?
Oh, hell
like fucking Dark Angel. It'd be fucking sick.
It's like wrestling.
Yeah, well, I mean, but you know, there's football players at least listen to fucking at least Slayer or something. You know, there has to be.
Yeah.
Brock Lesnar fucking listens to Mortician. That's all you need to know.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, yeah, well, that shit's been on the fucking in the news lately. Fucking Kevin Bacon with the immolation shirt and
Eric Andre.
Eric Andre wearing a Mortician shirt.
Yeah, I saw that.
Kim Kardashian doing coke, wearing a Morbid Angel shirt.
Look
it up.
Once we start talking about Kim Kardashian, it's time to fucking quit. So. Let me again. Thanks everybody. Chris, it was cool having you on here for the first time.
Thanks for having me on.
Bill, fucking yeah, you and Roy always roll on here. So appreciate you guys.
Thank you,
fucking.
Chris, I told Sam before you were a big supporter recently. Of movies and coming on and talking about it. I appreciate it, man.
Yeah, dude. I mean, you know, fucking. It's hard for me to listen to any, like you said, just. Nothing really grabs me that much anymore, but I mean, like those 3 releases that I was talking about that I posted about the other day, that shit's fucking, it's good shit, you know. It still grabs my attention, and that's hard to do now. So to me, it's cool for me to be able to actually buy something new that like I genuinely like will listen to more than one time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So.
For sure.
And that fucking that blasphematory stuff is sick, and so,
yeah, man, I appreciate you playing that. I wasn't expecting that at all.
Well, I'd recently heard it, and I'm like, oh fuck yeah, you're the fucking drummer in the band. So, I'll work on that. But all right, again, thanks everybody for hanging out. Let me figure out how I'm gonna end this on this fucking phone. Go get the new, go get the fucking new Disma, and keep jamming out all badass or whatever the fuck.
Subscribe.
Later. Let me see. Is this